Well, hello everybody. We are going to talk about some Kamione for a minute, and then I'll probably just open it up to whatever we want to talk about. We'll do a unofficial AMA, which is an Ask Me Anything kind of thing. Don't ask me anything. Don't ask me anything. It's always weird when you're the only person in your live, like doing the talking part. Oh, it's always nice when there's a co-host. But anyway, hello to the folks that are here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for scanning that QR code you just scanned. That'll take you to all the things that you may want to know about. Also, side note, I don't really talk about it, but I'm on Instagram, y'all. If you want to follow me on Instagram, YouTube is where I really reply to comments, though. I don't really reply. I mean, I try on Instagram, but my God, I can't dedicate everything to YouTube and then also dedicate to everything else. So we're just gonna be kind of whatever on any other social media. But yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm more active there for like posting stuff, things. I'm on Reddit. I'm on Discord. I got my own Discord, and if you want to be part of that Discord, you can scan that and join Ko-fi or the link in the description. But I'm also in different action figure Discord groups. So you may see me from time to time. Crack shoot, made it to a live stream. Well, I very rarely do them, at least on this channel. So I am consistently every single Friday on my second channel. If for some reason you don't know about my second channel, always over there. Every Friday in the morning. Don't mind the faces, yeah. I think we'll talk about some of this stuff. They have like a nice wide expression range on this Kamione. What's going on? Ohio Gamers Khalifa. Are you really in Ohio? What part? Sub-Zero, what's going on? ADHD. Hello, it's me, Blue White Mario. Oh, hello. Were you first? Wasp? You like wasps? I get it. Sometimes they're cool. They're scary. Oscarito, what's up? Paul Morales, we got the Bird, Briefif, Jake. What's going on? I think I might get the DF because it also comes with the fusion hands. Yeah, that was a huge thing. I remember seeing the renders of that like a couple months ago at this point, and I was like, oh, the hands are in there. That's a huge selling point. What's going on, everybody? Glad to see you here. Thank you for being here. There's nothing worse than going live and then being like, is anybody even going to show up? There's 55 people here right now, and that's people. You showed up, so I appreciate you. Let me screen share, because I do want to talk about... Oh, let me also turn off this music, because that's supposed to just be like an intro thing. I done forgot. It was giving me comfort, because I wasn't alone in silence. But I am going to screen share some images of this Kami. I'm going to forever say Kamione unless the brand comes out and says, this is how you say her name. It's funny because if you Google the name, it pops up in like a German word or something like that. I forget. Not Japanese or Chinese, but basing the way it's written, as you can see up here, Kamione. That's how I would say it. Kami is God, yes. But like it's all one word. So Kami one without a dash or a space? It's crazy. Why would you just go all Japanese, right? Wouldn't you? Anyway. Expressions for the win on this figure. Look, I already know that it's going to be the same complaints I had before, where it's like, oh, this is very plasticky. This is very plasticky. There's no paint. You can see it in the hair. There's no paint. I hope that the plastic quality is nicer. But I am very surprised how many people in like Reddit and all these other places, it's a pretty even divide. People are either like instant cop or I'm so glad that DF is making one. Y'all crazy. Because when regular Gogeta came out, it was like, we won't relive those days. I gotta hand it to Kamione or Tonsen for like being innovative and like making new designs that other people don't do and like trying new things. I appreciate that. That's what I loved about the brand, and I was so hyped for in the first place when they were gonna make Gogeta. And the same thing with the Goku and the bicycle one. Not a great figure. Just looks cool. Innovative, bad quality stuff. Anyway, yeah, I think the colors are great. I love this darker red. The hair on this one. The challenge is if you get this one, which is the one with the normal color hair, you get a lot of stuff. That's cool. Incredible accessory. Love the look of this accessory. Great facial expressions. We'll get to it. There's a bunch of photos, so I'm just trying to go through. I love this one. This is like pulled right out of the animation. I did grab a few still images from Dragon Ball GT and then like a couple other things just so that we could look at them while we're here. One of the things I heard from a lot of people was like the hair is too small, one, and then two, that that he seems too narrow in the waist. And I'm like, yeah, hello, you guys didn't join me 2 weeks ago when I said that. But different character. They're just reusing parts and trying to get away with that skinny waist, which people were okay with Gogeta because of Dragon Ball Super, but I don't think they're okay with that with GT. So it's like they needed to make new pants or new waist or something. This alternate hair here, somebody did say it's kind of like Dragon Ball Heroes. Cool if it is. I don't really like it. Looks like a gummy, like you could eat it. These are the sleeves that I think people want. You want the gold, but you want to put it on this body with that hair, Or now you got to buy both and do a head swap. It's crazy. I mean, if you have a previous Kamione Gogeta, I'm sure you can swap the vest around. That would be crazy because, again, they're going to reuse parts. This does look like it has a golden sheen to it. So it's not just yellow or orange. This is like almost like a metallic coating, which I only notice now as I look at these images much larger. So that might be something for you to consider as well. It does look good. There's a lot of paint in the arms. You think that'll be the case? One of the other very exciting things, and I'll get to the chat, by the way. I just, it's hard to get to the chat and also talk about things I'm looking at here. One of the really fun items out of this whole thing is the fact that there's a bendy wire tail. So you get a curved, just a hard plastic curved one like you always get, but then they got a bendy wire tail in there, which, hello, why hasn't that been the case every single time a character has a tail in Dragon Ball? This is great. Great accessories. I love this effect. The Big Bang Kamehameha. It's gonna suck though because we're right back into that scenario where like, okay, I gotta remove this head and these hands and then this wrist, these arm pieces, swap things around. It doesn't look like it's too terrible on this one. Way better than what Beast Deities does, or what do they go by now? Mythos Anime. But look at these expressions. You get your classic, I'm angry, I'm fighting, I'm doing that stuff. Who cares? But these two, like we've seen this kind of thing before down here. I think I can. No, I can't. Yes, I can. Can't I draw on this? Why won't it let me? Anyway, this one with the tongue out. This is everything. This is a huge selling point for me as somebody who just loves expressions. It really changes the way you display things. And when I do all the B-roll, like the poses and stuff in my videos, those expressions inspire a lot of things that you wouldn't normally have done. I'm trying to see. I'm gonna have to like do like a double tap here, but the color of the body is the same, right? It's just the hair and the vest that's changing. Are we sure? I don't think I'm sure about that. This looks darker, and you all can sound off in the chat if you will. So this is the one that would come with the normal colored hair. This is the like a gummy hair. This looks brighter. Very noticeable in this like generic head, but in the shoulder pieces and maybe the tail, it's very obvious that it's a brighter red than this one. Much darker, which I do like the dark color. It looks cool. Which one's more accurate? Depends on the source material, depends on the episode, depends on the frame, I guess, And then I told you I will go to the chat. I promise I will. But we do need to look at some of these images here. Let's just jump in real quick like this. How about this? That's the orange we want. Right? That's but it comes on the gummy head to be that color. I can definitely understand the thinking. Well, I don't know. I mean, that's a pretty skinny waist. Of course, it's a unique angle. It's an animation from a long time ago. This stuff all changed every scene, but there's the fun expression, and then the pose that they did, and then this is like just artwork from something. I don't know what this like. Who did this? It was just like a generic Google image result. Oh God, I'm wondering, is this AI? You never know. But hair, he got big hair, I guess. But it's so arguable. The look of the Kamione could definitely be spot on with this thing. I can't say that this is that this was an incorrect choice on their part. And I had one other image I just wanted to show this because of the beautiful effect. So the Big Bang Kamehameha is this effect that they put in the box. So you're getting that, which is cool. And they executed it really well. And then there's like a nice close-up, a nice juicy close-up of your boy. All right, now let's get into the chat. And then, we could try to pull things back up because I apologize for missing, 12 minutes of chat? So let me find, obviously I got to go to at least to the ones that people paid to talk to me for. $5 from Alter Clark 1. Thanks for being one half the reason my Fridays go well. Well, I appreciate that a ton. For those that don't know, that is the live streams we do every Friday on my second channel. It's me and then Mad Hatter Reviews. We do every Friday. It's a good time. It's a good time. I'm certain more fun than whatever this is right now. Because there's two of us and we can maintain a chat. So I'm just going to go in here to see what I can get to. All right. Only off point about this Gogeta figure is the bangs. Really, the rest looks amazing. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're loving it. DF is going to be good, but I think Kamione is going to be a funner toy to handle. It's interesting. It is interesting. Fighters. Okay. All right. Well, good to know. Good to know. I'm always always afraid of AI these days. I think the only, you know what, 6 months and a year from now, we're going to be like, I don't know. I cannot tell if it's AI on anything with people, humans, and videos. And you're going to be like, I think the only thing that should be changed is the hair size. Okay, it's fair. Have you seen the 5K Toys post about the knee articulations changes they're doing for this? Yes. So the knee articulation changes is for Mythos Anime, and they're moving along with what SH Figure Arts is doing, which is a smart move because now everything ideally would feel more connected and complete versus, oh, well, can't wait for them to catch up. So they're making that change. I think that's a good idea, a good call. It's never hindered the articulation range on SH Figure Arts yet. So if Mythos Anime can do it and do it well, cool. I don't think that their product is going to be that great. It's going to have those weak wrist joints that snap or shoulder joints or something kind of steep. Yeah, all these imports, especially these kind of hot items, are going to be $60 to $100, and it's just going to get worse unless one of them doesn't do as well. But the good thing that there's going to be 3 of this guy out there on the market means the prices have to kind of fluctuate and be a little more competitive as the next one comes out. I think it'd be great because it has all the benefits of the previous, but the problem is 4 is too different from all the other forms for it to have reused. Yeah, I think that's fair. Mythos Anime is going to be reusing their parts from the Vegito that they made, Super Saiyan 4 1, which, don't be crying. Orange is too dark on A, too pale on B. Yeah, well, the other thing is too, like when you watch these old Dragon Ball episodes or GT, all that stuff is like it's like aged, meaning that like even at the time they weren't like they were scanning it into the best of their technology and then putting it up, and then maybe somebody transfers a VHS and puts it online, and that's how you get these clips or something. Like there's not unless it gets remastered or like something, which we've seen a few different times in different animes where the colors get corrected. It's hard to say what is true. And maybe they're looking at, well, I mean, it's not official, but maybe they're looking at print work or things that are more likely to have the original colors as intended. Found the games to begin Goku at GameStop. Nice. Hope you're loving it. Hope yours doesn't have any QC issues. Did you hear about ZT Broly releasing soon, and then Mythos is releasing Broly's? This ZT Broly kind of, it was like a slap to my face because I at some point I saw that like, oh, another Broly's coming out, and then like it just made me think that people were copying the Beast Deities one, and that it was going to be like a recast or something like that. And I was like, oh, there's a new name, don't know this name, it could be a piece of junk. That ZT Broly looks like it's the best Broly out there, which is crazy because I thought that way about the Beast Deities, especially if you did like a head swap or something. But like it was the most accurate. But when you see the ZT next to the Beast Deities, it's like, ooh, Beast Deities is so disproportionate. It's goofy looking, but it was more accurate than the official one. What are we going to do? Just keep buying the same guy over and over? I don't have that much faith in Demoniacal Fit because I can feel the figure getting rushed. I mean, it's hard to say. They talk about stuff for like 4 years before things get released. I don't know of a single Demoniacal Fit item that has ever felt rushed. Like the quality is very consistent with Demoniacal Fit, which is one of their biggest saving features, I think, is that you can count on the quality to be there. Yeah, that's kind of the challenge with them, is that it takes forever, but the quality will be there if they release it. How do you feel about the new God Goku? I've just kind of looked at a few images, but at first glance I was like, oh, well, it's nice to see that he's getting like these newer things, but is he thin enough? Because that's like, a huge thing for God Goku, is that he gets all young looking and very thin, which is, I guess, what was the idea behind that? Yeah, I hope they're good, man. I just that brand is just it's just an inconsistent thing, at least with most of their stuff. The Broly was really good to me, but a lot of the other figures just like have soft joints and everything breaks, and that's what I'm just afraid of. It only has the face peg problem. The torso pops off, but it's incredibly easy to pop on. Okay, well, that's good. Whoa. Well, that is very kind. You make my day better by saying things like that and watching my channel, being a friend. What do you think of the Super Saiyan 3 Goku heads? I can't wait to get mine. The ones I reviewed? Them? All my thoughts are in there. Did you watch it? Which third-party brand is the best in your opinion? Well, when I got Trunks from Tonsen Art, which is Kamione, I said that was the best. They were the best. They crushed it. They built the figure from the ground up. It was all new. They were killing it with just head sculpts prior to that. Like some of the best head sculpts I have, like Vegeta head sculpts from Tonsen. Really, really nice. That definitely makes it tough, because then you have a lot of third parties that are just doing head sculpts. You have all these brands doing bodies. Like OC Toys just frustrates the hell out of me, so I don't really want to mess with them too much, because that whole Vegito thing with we're going to release heads and then these packs and then we have this and then there's a whole figure and then we just changed your name. Did you notice that? And then here's all the stuff together, but you didn't get everything. You have to also have bought the old stuff to get the things that you want to be here. And that was my experience with them. So It's tough. I'd have to really think about it because Demoniacal Fit for being like consistently good quality, and then a demerit is the fact that they generally just make figures that already exist, or parts seem like they already exist from like SH Figure Arts or something. But they've made stuff like Dragon Ball Heroes figures that don't exist elsewhere. Um, yeah, that's tough. I would have, when it was just Tonsen, I would have said Tonsen, but when they switched to Kamione and everything kind of got not as good. Anyway, the long answer that I didn't answer. The idea behind the thin Goku is he's more okay. Yeah, I guess. And yeah, all right. Thin boys. Yeah, that whole Dragon Ball Super was kind of everybody was thin, which I know Toriyama likes thin characters. And like there's been things in the past where he said he doesn't like them too bulked up or whatever. I'm pretty sure it was Toriyama that said that. But everybody in that entire show, not everybody, a lot of the characters, a lot of new characters, a lot of the really skinny, thin, just tough characters. Dragon Ball Superhero was the same way. I'm looking forward to a lot of potential new figures, things that we haven't seen yet. Like if SH Figure Arts is going to move deeper into the Cell Saga, then they really need to do it, and they need to like dedicate it and give us some figures again, like redesign characters, androids, because they're expensive. Android 16, I don't even want to think about how expensive that dude is. But like redesign them with modern tech and stuff and looks, and then just give us better versions than we've ever had. You could probably release like 3 or 4 versions outfit wise of Android 18, maybe a couple versions of Android 17 just from Dragon Ball Z before you get into Super. Then you got Super and you could redo. I don't really care for the tracksuits though. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta problem and Xeno Vegeta from BC. Yeah, major problems. Buying a third party bootleg Jiren for AliExpress. Yeah, I hope that's a good one. Is it Black Hole Toys doing that one? It's probably good if it's Black Hole Toys, but it's not a guarantee. Do you find it funny that they're going with Wolverine to the sky? Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't know if it's Wolverine or some kind of mythic. What am I thinking of? Like a folklore thing, because Mythos Anime, they based their previous character on the Monkey King. What's his face? Kong, Sun. You know what I'm talking about. The Monkey King. But it was like an evil version that was sent down, and that's what that was based off of. So maybe there's some kind of lore with this dude with the blade hands, but I like you just basically keep calling him like a Wolverine thing, because Mythos Anime is doing it and Kamione is doing it. I don't know why they both are doing that. Like, what's the deal with that? Dude, I'm sick of waiting for Tamashi to make the androids. I hope third party makes the androids. Yeah, we definitely need that. I mean, we had that one third party that made the really weird Bulma and Android. That doesn't fulfill the need. Perfect Cell would be a peak figure with the new. Well, yeah. I mean, if they go that route, but we do have KW Studio making a Perfect Cell, and I'm confident that thing's going to be phenomenal. And the accessories are going to be stellar. I think disguising the figures is dumb, and I hate it. At least give me a box to store the properly assembled figure. Yes. Problem with the Kamione and Mythos Anime. Why is Demoniacal Fit getting away with like a box that's just is obviously the thing? Visually, they still call them something weird, and they put them in a brown shipper box, which is nice, so it looks like an official thing. Kamione's boxes, it's like I took those figures, did the reviews, and then I just like normally, if especially if I don't like a figure, but if I have too many things out or whatever, a lot of stuff will go back in the box after the review and like get stored away. those are still just sitting in piles because I hated the boxes, and I'm like, ugh, I got to put this guy back to some stupid form just to get him back in this other box, and it's like, ugh, I don't want this. I don't want them. I don't want to take the time to put him in this stupid 2 boxes. Yeah, it's it's irritating. Sun Wukong, thank you. I was like, Kong, it was there. If you could have a third party or SH figure of any Dragon Ball, who would you want? Personally, I want them to finally make rest of Bardock's. Oh, that would be awesome. Would be awesome. It'd be very unlikely to just do the rest of the crew, but it would be cool. We need a Chi-Chi, so I'm with you on that. Chi-Chi and a modern Bulma. Those like anytime Tamashi's like, what do you want us to make? I'm like, Chi-Chi adult and a modern Bulma. My dudes need their ladies, okay? Chi-Chi was such a huge part of Dragon Ball. She's in Dragon Ball Z. But like, and then Goten and Kid Trunks for sure. That would be that. It would be that order, I think. Was the DF Martialist forever regarded as the best Goku because it's simply the only 3.0 style figure at the time? I got him personally just like the head sculpts. Would love to hear your opinion. I mean, the head sculpts are probably the weakest thing of that figure, but he was a more advanced version body-wise. It was basically like the same thing Gohan had, but he was also like a stronger looking, so he had the more muscles and everything. Great articulation. It was a great figure and a great price. We got a bunch of stuff in the box with a stand, the original one, and then the Return from Beyond or whatever, where he's got the halo and the Super Saiyan. Also a great figure. I love that one, especially if you need a Halo Goku. But you can do neck adapters. Get with AFFM Customs if you need some neck adapters, because he does them super cheap. Makes basically anything you could think of, and you could just put whatever's the best version of a Goku head that works for you. If you want like a tougher version, or you want like early, softer, happy Goku. The Moro is really good, man. Yeah, I'm very excited about that one. Like a lot of people are having concerns about the shininess, but that's like, it's the least of my concerns, I think. I love a good matte finish, but it kind of works for that character's design. Like you would want, I think I would want a perfect cell figure to have not the whole thing, but like the green spots. I would want those to be shiny, I think. Because it kind of looks like a bug shell, right? Chichi Balma, Videl, where are they? Yeah, Videl. It's crazy. They've never made, right? There's no option of her. Right? Glad to finally see the hypocrisy of Kamione fanboys exposed. Like, it's okay to like the brand, but the amount of glaze they had towards the Kami at the same time as the hate. Yeah, it was insane. Is the only word I'm going to use. Why hasn't a third party made Tien or Yamcha? Wouldn't there be solid demand? Well, we have a Yamcha in the works now. Is it LS Studio that's making that one, or RR Studio? I can't remember. But you can pre-order that one. That one looks awesome. It is like early Yamcha in his like totally like his original outfit. But he's got his rocket launcher. So that's going to be a cool one if that's the one you want. Obviously, if you don't, even just like head sculpts could be helpful for people. Just make some Yamcha stuff. But yeah, Tien would be cool. There's a couple great outfits of Tien that would work. Hello there. What is happening? This is happening. Super Janemba, please make the figure I'm begging you. Yeah, that would be good. KW, yeah. Solid brand, KW. Does anyone make female head packs for anime figures? I have a few blank bodies I don't know what to do with. Yeah, Jeff, that is a good question. Not that I'm aware of. I mean, there are 3D sculptors that make stuff and just, sell just that one head, and then it's painted and you do that. Gets tricky because if you're like, if you want like a Dragon Ball thing, or you want it to fit in with your other characters, then it's like, this head's totally different. I can't do faceplate swaps. It's crazy to me that we don't have somebody just doing like speaking of Bulma, just taking a just doing new Bulma heads and just do like faces. Or like here's a great idea, and I think I've talked about this before. Any figure that comes out, you don't need to make the entire head. Don't worry about making the hair and all that stuff. Just make like 10 different face plates. And that's what you do. You just do face plates and it fits on that version of the character that's already made. So that way you just copy the mold or whatever and you just boop. And then you can do all of the wild expressions that nobody else is doing. And I would be ecstatic. You could do, if you're doing anime stuff, you could have like all these like eating faces that are just like totally cool. You could get really unique with it and be like, okay, we have like food actively like going in his mouth. So if you take, a hand from the ramen set or a hand from the Harahachi Bunmei set, and then you can just like put that up next to it and it looks like he's stuffing his face with food or whatever. Like there's so much you could do by just do the face plates, maybe do a hand or something like that. But don't worry about doing the head. Just get crazy, get expressions going. People would eat it up super cheap because a lot of the face plates, you could probably just do the water slide decals or whatever they're doing at a factory and just change the expression without changing the plastic underneath. And then you have a few unique ones in there. BoJack Movie Gohan, considering DF has their it's weird when somebody like Kamione will lock in and do a version of a character and then you never see anybody else from that version from that, like the BoJack Trunks. Dragon Ball figure side, how excited are you for the new 1/6? You know what? I screwed up. I was like, I'm gonna wait to the last minute because I really don't want to spend this money. I bought Storm and I waited last minute on that too. I was like, because there's just that I don't feel good about spending this money. And then I waited too long of the last minute and I lost my opportunity to buy the that Donatello. So unless somebody decides to help me out from Mondo, looks like I'm not getting him. Pardon me as I reply to text messages. Girlfriend's in New York City. New York City! Do you think KWSL will release soon? Oh man, I sure hope so. It feels like the Cell Juniors came out and it's like all I could ask for was the full perfect Cell. And I don't know. I sure hope so. It looks great. I think it will be true be for Broly figure for everyone. Which look next for adult Bulma? You could just do the most recent one, just like the white t-shirt, blue jeans, and a red scarf. Simple, but it's something. The question would be which Chi-Chi, I guess, because she wore a lot of different outfits, right? But she needs an adult form. She has one kid form that like nobody's really going to feel comfortable buying. Yeah. What kind of figure would you wish to be remade? Could be character wise or figure wise. I mean, are we sticking with Dragon Ball? Remade. Who would I want to have remade? Trying to think of characters. It's a good question. There's so many that I still don't have, and that I haven't messed with. I have. If you watched, depending on which version of Dragon Ball you watched, Mr. Satan or Hercule, I have his figure, but I still haven't even messed with it. So, but that probably doesn't really need a new release. Oh, Master Roshi. There it is. That's who needs love. Master Roshi. Because the only way to get one now really is like a knockoff, and the knockoff is a knockoff, so it's junk. But you want a Dragon Ball Z version Master Roshi. You just need it. I think I answered that. Is there a Dragon Ball character that you'd like to see from Bandai or third-party companies? Yes. I think we kind of talked about that too. Is Mondo's customer service good? I've never bought. Oh, that's the best. You will not find a company with better customer service than Mondo. Period. I mean, at least in the action figure world. It's crazy. It's the best customer service. If there's a problem with your figure, email them within 24 hours or less. You will get a reply, and they'll just replace whatever they need to replace. It's incredible. Sometimes they'll do like a promo on their website. They had this like get $50 worth, spend $50 or more or something like that, and then get a collection of vinyls, records for free with your purchase. And a bunch of us were trying to buy Cyclops at the time, and then we forgot to put the promo code in because we were like, we just got to get this guy. But we emailed them and they added it to the order. It was simple. That was like within hours they handled it. And it helps that like the entire team of Mondo is available to talk with or follow and engage with on social media. Mondo does a weekly, is it weekly or monthly live stream? So they, you can get in there and like see behind the scenes of making figures, characters. They'll do teases, giveaways as well in the live streams. It's awesome. I think the two best Chi-Chis that could be made would be 23rd Tournament or Cell Saga. Cell Saga. I gotta think of what Cell Saga Chi-Chi looks like. Well, hold on. A couple versions popped up. Because there's one where she has the orange scarf around her top. Is that what you're talking about? Or just like the purple clothing? Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, any adult Chi-Chi would satisfy the need because she just doesn't exist. I had heard that the third-party Perfect Sale was canceled. That's the RR Studio. So there were two companies doing it. RR was a company that was new. KW Studios has been around for quite a while, doing a bunch of stuff. Their Cell Juniors came out. They're still making the figure, so no worries there. How's the QC holding up on your Kong? I haven't even touched that thing, because if you watched my review of it, you know how I feel about it. And it's it didn't get touched after that because I do the review, then I sit there for like a couple hours doing all the B-roll. And if I am not satisfied with the quality, same thing with the Kamione Gogeta. I'm like, just don't even touch them anymore. Phew. I'm not good at this. Not good at this. I'm actively playing with games begins. So tough. Nice. What's going on, Rowdy? Good to see you in the chat. Thank you for being here. The Fury Awakening was peak live stream. No, not really. I'm a sleepy little baby boy. Cell Saga Chi-Chi has the purple dress with long sleeves. Earlier, she has dress, no sleeves, and orange scarf. 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament is a must. Yeah, you could just like lock in both versions, because the martial arts tournament is when she's in it, right? That's Dragon Ball. So you'd be able to get like two shows, which would be satisfying for a lot of people. I'm sure there are people that are like really locked in with Dragon Ball and then just didn't just have a deeper love for it, even if they like Dragon Ball Z a lot. I think Dragon Ball, it was such a different thing. Horrible quality control in the Red Bolt Beast Deities. I bought one and it was total trash. It's all over the third party. So this is the Beast Deities like remaking and selling their product again, right? But then there's a bunch of them that are like shiny and look like a little dookie. But then some people got them and they looked almost better than the original. Is this the same thing? Have you ever ordered from Calcus? Yeah. Yeah. I work specifically with Calcus, so if you have any questions, shipping comes straight from China, so it's as soon as they get it, it's out. It's on par probably with anything from AliExpress. It's just the packaging is superior to any. Well, really, their packaging is probably the best for anything like coming from overseas. I have a box right here. The figures are wrapped in bubble wrap. They're put into the cardboard box. There's bubble wrap stacked between the top and bottom of the figures. Then the cardboard box is shut and they put it in a plastic bag. You know, those shipping bags. You will find that your products arrive in perfect condition when shopping with Calcus, which is really nice. They just don't always have. Use links from my description, by the way. If you're going to buy from them, please support me. Find links from my. You can scan the link tree. Can I get to it? You can scan that, and almost all of my affiliate links are in there. And if there's a promo code, it'll say it like in the when you go to click on the link. So there is a promo code to save 6% if you use my stuff with Calcus, by the way. They just don't always have the best prices. It gets crazy, but it's a very trustworthy company. They're very responsive on social media. If you follow on like Instagram or whatever, they'll get back to you. Incredible for Joy Toy if you're trying to get stuff there. The prices are wonderful. Sometimes the Dragon Ball prices are a little wild, and then there's some other figures that they do that pricing. I just have to. Sometimes I have to hit back with them and be like, "Look, I can't promote that figure on my channel based on that price. I apologize because I don't want to send people to somewhere where it's that much more." So they've been amazing with that, and then they've adjusted the prices even after the case. Like if I've gotten something or whatever, they'll adjust it, lower the price or lower the shipping prices on some things when I get it, which is nice. They ran like it was like a silent promo basically when I got a figure. I don't remember what it was. I reviewed it. They lowered the price and lowered the shipping during the kind of release of the video. But yeah, you just gotta shop around. But they're super reliable. Yeah, anything you buy, that's you paid. You're done. You don't pay anything when it shows up. You're not from the US, okay? They also list things for Europe. So depending on what you're buying, you may see the listing twice, and it'll say like for US inventory or something, and then Europe. So they're coming right from China. So it's all based on your location. So no worries. How much did I miss? Do I have more time to poop? If you'd like to, feel free. Poop away. What is your opinion on the opposable bendy wire tail on the Tonsen? I also want to keep calling it Tonsen because it's just nobody argued with the way that sounded. No, I mentioned it at the top of the show. Love it. Great idea. Every figure that has a tail like that should have had that instead of the hard plastic. But they give you both, which is cool. So it's like if you like a hard plastic tail, there you go, buddy. But if you want a bendy wire, well, congratulations. Welcome to the future. What was it? Will you make a top 10 figures of 20? I don't know. Year one, I had the channel. I didn't do it. I did here's my top moments of making a channel this year. And that meant a lot more to me because there was a lot of variety of things I was making. It wasn't just reviews. I actually took chances making content back then. And then nobody really cared. Everybody's always asking for a top 10. I put out a top 10 video. Nobody cared. Because everybody that has a channel is putting out a top 10 figures list. So it's like, okay, everybody's opinions are different, obviously. I appreciate that you want to hear mine. Nobody cares when the video goes out. And then, not that it's a lot of work, because all I have to do is talk about it and then show clips from the old videos. So it's let me cry about how easy it is to make. But beyond that, when I made here the worst action figures of the year, of course, that did well. Not as many people do that, but it's also people love that kind of stuff. Oh, this thing sucks. Worst thing ever. Whatever. People love to click on that. But I just felt like it was fair. And I had a lot of bad figures last year. I made a list of what I owned SSJ4 in 2009 future to the future. I'm starting with Goku. Good God, that's going to take forever. What's your favorite Dragon Ball figure? It shifts a lot. People have asked me this, or like, what? Like, I think it always ends up being like this $35 Vegeta because it's a great figure and it does everything I want it to. But then I can buy all these accessories and swap heads and have fun, and it's only $35. And people are asking what figure they should buy when they're trying to get into Dragon Ball. I'm like, just get whatever $35 one you want, or if it's on sale, even better. But if I really just like put everything out on the shelf and just said, which one do I think was executed the best? Do I like them most, even if it's not my favorite character? Because like Vegeta's my favorite character. So to pick a Trunks figure is kind of wild. But I think one of the best Dragon Ball figures that I have, for all of the reasons that make a good figure, would be the Tonsen Art Bojack Trunks. But my favorite Dragon Ball currently, because I just remembered, because it's an art piece, is that Black Hole Toys manga colored version that SH Figure Arts just recently announced that they're making. That will be the new best version because it has like the new articulation, the muscles are better. But even if I don't get the SH Figure Arts, I'll be happy with my Black Hole Toys one because it's so beautiful the way it's painted. Just finished Weapons. Don't know if you've seen it, but it was a lot of fun. I did see that. And the bulged eyes. Yikes. A lot of crazy things in that movie. Good movie, though. How do you think? WoW? So the company WoW, is that what we're talking about? WoW Studios or whatever the heck they are. They did that Goku, and they teased a new Vegeta, I guess, to go along with that Goku. But the Goku, the quality of the plastic on that thing is some of the worst. Some of the worst. You just touch it and you go, ooh, what is this? What is this plastic? It's gross. But it's a cool art piece. What is your opinion on the entire hate train that's going against Kamione on the Demoniacal Fit? I genuinely don't understand what's the point of bickering over such trivial things. I like the way you worded that, too. I genuinely don't understand what's the point of bickering over such trivial things. So it just seems to be the way it goes, my man. This is like I started this live stream because it's just like I just was in the mood to do a live and I didn't really know what to talk about. And I was like, oh, I could do that. Talked about it for 10 minutes and then we stopped. It's crazy. I had somebody when I did the Kamione one, some dude was just in the comments just like going crazy. And just saying that like all the reviewers are just, it's just like when the Beast Eaties Broly came out and all the reviewers are just saying it's the best thing, blah, blah, blah. But no, it's just the new thing and it's not good. The original SH Figure Arts Broly is the best one. And I'm just like, look, the SH Figure Arts / Demoniacal Fit Broly is fine. It's a good figure. Affordable for the Demoniacal Fit, $60, great. SH Figure Arts, not worth the $90. And then the Beast Deities gave us the closest thing that actually came from the animation, and it was beautiful. Still a great figure, an incredible figure. So much better. Because it looks like the thing. The old SH Figure Arts Broly face is so weird looking, but now ZT's here, and that looks the best. It does make the Beast Deities look a little goofy. But yeah, it's like you get these extremes of people are just like, no, you're stupid and I know everything. I copy how Dan Larson does it, but of course I give him credit. Putting them all out in front of you makes it crazy. Wait, what are we talking about? Did I miss something? You were talking about weapons, now you're talking about what? Rowdy, please explain. I'm Dan Larson. Oh, I haven't done it in a long time. What does he do? Shop at 80s Tees, 80stees.com. Nope, I lost it. They will have had, or will have the shirt I'm wearing now. Nope, forget it. I used to be able to do Dan Larson. I think I used to. Not now. The caps lock. Everyone watching by games to begin. I mean, maybe. It's got QC issues. You could just wait for one of the newer ones to see if it comes from a different factory. But you got to wait till like July, I think, for those two Gokus. I have the limited manga color Black Hole Toys Goku. Aside from the face, it's so gorgeous. The Tonsen Art limited color manga. Oh, you are typing LOUR. Didn't I just give you a silly British accent a moment ago? Are you British? You must answer. Because if not, I'm gonna keep reading it that way. But what was the British accent I gave you a minute ago? Now I'm in my head. I have limited manga color Black Hole Toys Goku. Aside from the face, it's so gorgeous. The Tonsen Art limited color manga Goku is my dream figure now. I really wish I will be able to get it one day. Favorite non-Dragon Ball figure lately? What is he called? The Bird Claw from Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. It looks like a chocobo from Chocobo? Chocoboo? He's right here. This. Because I love Nausicaa. There's an incredible Miyazaki film. My favorite one of his. It's up there with Spirited Away, but I love this design so much. He's so adorable, and he's just appropriately sized. You can put just about anyone on him, couldn't you? Except for tiny little Frieren. She's such a little elf. I mean, she still fits, but she's just tiny. There you go. I guess we'll just have to go by Birdclaw now. That's a review in the works, BT Dubs, with a bunch of custom stuff, not just soft goods upgrades, but more special things. I got to catch up. Rowdy, what were you saying? Top 10 figs. Yeah, I guess I should see how Dan Larson looks at his top 10 figures. That was not a Dan Larson. Just stop trying. Ugh, so stupid. When do you block out time to work on the art side of the channel, like the thumbnails, banner, and then how much do you want to change those elements up? I don't know why I gave you kind of like a robot voice, but that is now what you got. So we got a British boy who's not British, but didn't answer us and tell you what he was. But forever he is British because he did type it with a U, didn't he? Yeah, he did. When do you block out time to work on the art side of the channel? I finish editing a video. While it's uploading, I make a thumbnail, which is the wrong way to do it. I should be thinking of thumbnails before I start editing, before I record, probably. The banner, I would love to update the banner more often. It's so not often that my other channel still says the after show, which isn't true. It used to be I would record a video here and then direct you at the end to watch an after review video that was like super casual and just give me my final thoughts, because it's like, here's what happens. I do a review, record it, then I spend an hour or 2 hours doing all the poses and stuff. So a lot of new things come into my brain and I figure out stuff, or like, oh, by the time I started finished posing, the hands just fall off the whole time. So that other channel I used to do that a lot. Not a lot, a few times. But it just says the after show. So it was supposed to be like you watch the main review and then you go watch that, and it's like a casual hang session to get my final thoughts on it. But it's a good idea, but it's just like I have too many ideas. Hi, I appreciate your vids. They helped me bring into this hobby that I never thought I would get into and is brought me much happiness lately. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that. King J, the king of anyone named J. I like that. Um, you know what? Kind words from you. I appreciate your kind words. So I will happily keep making videos. Do you know what? Do you know about bootleg companies making knockoffs of Demoniacal Fit stuff? Yes, literally making bootlegs of bootlegs. Yeah, I've only seen a few random things happen, like where they'll cast something and then like it's not. Yeah, it's always a mess. But I know technically we get into the world of bootlegs, like what is the definition and all that stuff. But when we have and then we say third party companies, and it's the way I like to think of stuff is I don't if it's Demoniacal Fit, Beast Deities, these brands, oh my god, 45 messages in this Instagram group. Not Instagram. Facebook Messenger group. It's all the people I went to Japan with, which is cool, but I'm never going to read 45 unread messages. Anyway, what were we talking about? When I'm talking about these companies like Demoniacal Fit, I like to say third-party companies. I don't like knockoff because it's just unofficial. The quality is substantial. They're making great stuff. People like Kamione and other companies that are building from the ground up. And Demoniacal Fit's done this, but it's like they make all new characters. That's not a knockoff. At least not in my eyes. I don't see that as like a bootleg, because what happens is, it was different in the 80s and 90s. And some of this stuff still exists. Like you can go on AliExpress and type in like Android 18 SH Figure Arts action figure or whatever, and it'll pull up like a $15 one, and you're like, oh dang, good deal. Then you get it and you're like, ooh, it's smaller than the other one. Things are like, the proportions are off of it's disgusting. I've done a review of those, and that is what I call a bootleg, because it's a copy of an existing thing, a really poorly done one. So I like to give these third-party companies, Demoniacal Fit and the like, more respect than to say bootlegs or knockoffs or whatever, because they're putting the work in. They care about it. They're artists. It's fan art. That's the other term I would use. In the past, I would say that like Kamione isn't a bootleg. It is fan art that you can buy as an action figure. It's like you go to a convention and you go to Artist Alley and you see somebody's like, oh my God, I love what you did with my favorite character in this art print or this keychain or whatever. And you buy it. It's not a knockoff. It's not a bootleg. It's just an unofficial, great piece of fan art. And that's what I think. We live in a world where these companies can do this unofficial stuff. It's like, let's think of, there's a company, it's the worst name, Manipple, but they've made incredible head sculpts of like Henry Cavill's Superman. They did a whole figure of his Superman, but they have a lot of these faces, head sculpts that are incredible, really phenomenal, but it's just unlicensed. To call that a bootleg, it looks better than the official stuff. How could you call that a bootleg when it looks better than official? Anyway, it's all just a personal thing. Like I also don't want to see a group of people mixed sex and go, hey guys, even though the 30 of you are women, hey guys. But so many people do it. Females will start a video on like Instagram or TikTok and go, hey guys. So I know it's just a personal thing. I just would say folks or whatever. Everybody. Hey, everybody. It's just crazy to me to call a group of people that are not just men guys. Mr. Nostalgia, you ever watched Naruto? Naruto! No. Sorry. I apologize. That's one I need to watch. Finally watched most of Demon Slayer. A lot of people giving me crap for not watching. And then One Piece, it's like, oh god, there's only like over 1,000 episodes or whatever. I can't watch One Piece. I tried to just like the other day just skip ahead, and I was like, let's just get to Egg Island. Let me just start with the first episode of the new season where they get to the future island, Egg Island, whatever. So then I would know, and I just was like, ugh, I don't know half of these new people, and it's harder for me to love these characters because the love has already established for everybody else that's been watching. Shido Works, what's going on? Hello, Demon King Slayer. Manipul or Muff Toys, yeah, worse names. For how much did you get? Whoa, I read that wrong. I forgot. You're British despite saying you're not British. For how much did you guys get your games begin Goku? I would love to buy him, but I can't. But I can only get it. Whoa. For €50 minimum. AliExpress is my only hope of obtaining official SH figure arts. The problem, yeah, a lot of these I mean, is the €50 minimum? What does that translate US dollars wise? 50 euro to USD. Oh, that would be $58 US. So if you wanted to spend $60, I would just wait. There's too many QC issues to be spending more money on a guy like that. I always say, y'all, it's the Virginia in me. Well, I'm from West Virginia. How about that, Rowdy? How about that, Rowdy Riles? We just going down in the holler. We're just going to get down in the holler and have a little hootenanny. I don't know what's wrong with me. We talk like that a little bit. A little bit, you get down to like Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky, people talk like that. I'm going to read Blue Fire's comment as if they were from Eastern Kentucky. So I hope this offends anybody in the chat from Eastern Kentucky, because this is how y'all sound. The only company I would say makes knockoffs is DEF. Only because some of the past things they've released is to let people get stuff for cheaper or sometimes better quality compared to Tamashi. Tamashi, they'd probably say Tamashi. I don't know. They say 606 when they're talking about error codes. You want to call me? My error code's 606. How'd you spell that? SEEKS? Seeks? I don't think so, you idiot. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Again, it is based on the definition of knockoffs. Yeah, they do fall into knockoffs, but they're not doing what I'd call a bootlegger knockoff, where they're like that Android 18 I was talking about. Those companies will take a figure, make a mold using the figure. So that's why they're always like underscaled, like smaller than the actual official thing, is because they're making a mold using the existing thing. And that's why it's all like kind of janky and just poopy. But yeah, it's fair. Yeah, Kentucky. Woo! Kentucky. The holler, LMAO. That's Kentucky. Kentucky. You can put an X in there. West by God, Virginia. That's where I'm from. Yeehaw, Kentucky. Get you some, I don't know. One question. Will you get the 4.0 Trunks and Vegetas? Yeah, the problem is, here's the challenge with being like a review channel. I will get it so that I can review it and let you know if you should buy it. Right? Which is tough, because sometimes, it's not like I get... When things are premium Bandai exclusives, that's a real challenge, because I can't be like, yeah, go buy it now for way more than it was worth. Excuse me. But yeah, I'll get them, because at the end of the day, I'll compare it and then do this and then, and then I have way too many Gokus. I don't want this many Gokus. But I get them because at the end of the day, I need to have Lowest Born Saiyan to show people that head can fit on this brand new one over here or whatever. So I am in like a different scenario where I will have and need to have figures that You know, I'm not your daddy. Ew. And I'm not. Maybe unless your dad's in the chat. Is Demoniacal better or Kamione has the better super? We don't know yet. We don't know yet. I don't know what that just was that I just did, but we don't know. That's it's the question of the year. Demoniacal Fit is just a visual render. I will say you can be confident that if you only buy Demoniacal Fit, you will be happy and it will be a good product. Same thing with the Gogeta previous. People in the comments of things are already saying that they don't like the Kamione as much. But then you have, it's 50-50. Then you have the people that are like, absolutely, this is perfect. So whichever one you get, you're going to be happy with. The Demoniacal Fit will have a better price. Don't worry. Just get that. That's, I think it'll be a safe purchase. How about that? I didn't know Mondo made They Live, They Live Roddy Popper. Yeah, they did. Matt Hatter reviewed it. It's crazy. Looks fantastic. Okay. I am in text to messaging. What's too many Gokus? Yes. Always too many Gokus. It's constantly release a Goku, then you got all the third parties releasing Gokus. Please make somebody else. That's why I'm like glad that we're getting these figures from some of these companies that nobody has ever made before. How about that? Play a little bit, wouldn't ya? And, you know, if you don't think that like a Bulma and Chi-Chi would do well, then just do the smart thing. Do the smart business thing and make it a figure that can be swapped into what we'll call a gooner fig. Like make one that can be swapped around to be a sexy version because people will buy that even if they don't want Dragon Ball stuff. Right? We know this. Even if you're not that person, not saying anything, I'm just like that has its own demographic. You'll just do that. And then have swappable parts to make the figure. This is kind of what's their name? X-Kukan or whoever. They did the Chun-Li figure that was just a cool chick with a swappable top, and you could see her boobaloobalubas. And then they made a Chun-Li swappable thing. So now you got the best Chun-Li action figure, but you could just have the booby girl if you wanted. And if they just did that with Bulma and Chi-Chi, then it's like, okay, well, you know, I see what Beast Deities is doing with these animal heads. We're going to do swappable boobs. I don't know. Am I crazy for saying that? Pizza rolls, Tostinos, or an off-brand. It's okay if it's an off-brand. I'm just curious, okay? Because Tostinos you can have anytime. Give me Kamione pants with demoniacal everything else. Yeah, I could see that. Even if you're just, I don't know if you're saying that visually or just because they did a much better job on the cuts for the knees for the Kamione one. Each brand has its own enchantments and mistakes. Depends on what you like. This is very true. It is very true. Now, Black Hole Toys has also just released a Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I think. And it's not as good as like the Demoniacal Fit one. So it's like, I don't know that there's something to celebrate with Black Hole Toys on that one. Maybe, but I don't think so. After the fact, I own both DF and both Kamione Gogetas. I'm going for the Super Saiyan 4 DF. Now, out of those two that you have for Gogeta, which do you prefer, Shido Works? Huh? Because that says everything. Because those Kamione Gogeta glazers. Sexy Goku? Yeah. Thirst Trap Vegeta? Hello. Well, they do have the sexy Goku, I guess you could say. Any Goku could be a sexy Goku, really, if you think about it. There's shirtless Goku. Is that the most sexy Goku? Maybe we should do that. We should do a just fun version. Which is the sexiest Goku? And it's like, oh, you would think the shirtless one, but is it that sexy that he's shirtless? He's kind of beat up. Maybe this one over here where he's got a sweaty face looks like he's working out. That's sexy. But there's that company, I can't remember who it is. I don't even think you can order them yet. But they're making that Goku, the gender swapped Goku. So you have female, she's in like a short crop top and then skirt, and she comes with a guitar and a microphone. And then who are they making along with her? A Gohan or something? I don't know. I also think that the Kamione Gogeta doesn't look that good or accurate at all. Oof. Oof. Be careful. Be careful saying that. Time for Tamashii to implement that eye feature that Chun-Li has. Oh my god, I know. It's the best. It won't really work with Dragon Ball figures because they got these gigantic eyes. You couldn't really do that with flat features, and the shape of the face doesn't really work, but I do love movable eyeballs. What a great feature. Give me facial expressions and movable eyeballs. That's why the Harley Quinn from Reveltech is like one of the most fun figures I've had all year because of her like kind of scared face, and then you can adjust her eyes. Oh my god. I will now refer to my chest as Boobalooba Loobas, as you should. Do you have anything that can help support my Boobalooba Loobas? Yes. Thank you. Can I try that on here? Any upgrade recommendations for 2.0 Goku Saiyan raised on Earth? Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. Saiyan raised on Earth, the challenge is, depending on which release of that, he may be a little more yellow / orangey skin tone than others. So then it's hard to find aftermarket heads that will look right on that body. I would say just getting the Tamashii effects. So you get the Harahachi Bunmei set, which is like his dinner table with all the bowls and stuff, because then it comes with his food eating face. Great face. And then if you get the Kamehameha set, if you can still get it. I mean, these things might be a little expensive now. But that comes with like a Super Saiyan, a whole head that will fit on there and should look correct, I think. Hey, Nostalgia, after seeing your Kamione review, I made a comparison video of my own showcasing the articulation. I would love it if you watched and gave it some feedback. I'm a photographer. And that's how you sound, apparently. I just did a voice for you. As we established earlier, people get voices now. So you kind of sound now, based on what I was just doing. Let's just push it further, and you can be... Whis? Why does that sound weird to say out loud? Beerus's buddy. Hey, Nostalgia! After seeing your Kamione review, I made a comparison video of my own showcasing the articulation. I would love it if you would watch some of it and gain me some feedback. I'm a photographer! How was that? Did I sound like him? Anyway, I'm pretty sure I commented on the comment that you put on my video about asking me to watch that. So I didn't comment on your video, but because I reply to my... if you comment on a video, I will reply to it. If you reply to that reply, I may not reply. But your initial first comment, I will reply on my channel. It's a really obsessive thing that I have, which is crazy to think. Unless YouTube hasn't shown me that there is a comment to reply to, which does happen sometimes. Like I'll see an old video and I'm like, what? YouTube never gave me this, because I use that Studio app and I'll like refresh the comment section until it's cleaned out. Do a Dutch voice. So Dutch as in like the place, or Dutch as in like Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Predator? Please clarify. Will you review the new God Goku? Yeah. I mean, basically, chances are anything new, especially SH Figure Arts, I'll get it and review it. It's a problem. But that is the benefit for you of me having this channel, is that I'm most likely going to get the thing. I believe the 2.0 Goku I got was from a recent reissue as it was new stock. Okay, so then it's less yellowy orange as the one that I owned was. Because I did see it in stores again recently, and I was like, that is not nearly as bad as the one that I had. We'll just say yellow. He was like super yellow compared to the others. So I think, yeah, you'll probably be a little easier to find some stuff. Please do a crazy redneck voice for me. Name's Danger Dingo Dan. I'm a crazy redneck. How about that? I'm from the capital of Bogota, Colombia, but I live in the outskirts of Medellin. Medellin? What? Hey, guess what? We're not going to be playing that one, are we? Got my Demoniacal Gogeta Blue. Got it with the extra effects included, but his sash was missing. Demoniacal. Why is my brain shitting itself? What's sash? His sash was missing. Missing. Dude, I love your voice impressions. Well, thank you. I mean, I'm sorry. Dude, I love your voice impressions. Oh, God, what have you done? Oh, sorry, I didn't see that reply. Hey, it's all good. The Netherlands. The Netherlands. This isn't going to be good because I'm not thinking about it. I'm just doing it. The Netherlands. Oh, yeah, come on. We'll get there. I don't know. I lost it. Shit! And I don't know what to say, so it doesn't help. How do you feel about YouTube soft trialing direct messages again? Whoa. I haven't heard about this, and I am not a fan if this is the case. It can go away. You cannot direct message me, okay? Don't you do it! People do it on Instagram. Every once in a while, I will see something or reply or something. But my God, Instagram filtering out DMs is such a blessing. For somebody that replies to everything on YouTube, being able to just say, you know what? I know there are filtered messages in Instagram. I am not going to look at them. Now, there can be a downfall because sometimes a brand may be in there trying to talk to me, and I'm like, didn't see it. I got the DF Goku Super Saiyan 4 because of your review of my first third-party figure. I've been hungry for more ever since. Ben, he's over there going, I got the DF Goku because you review my first third-party figure. I've been hungry for more ever since. Did go for the Kamione Blue Gogeta because it was full-on Shintani style. Woo! I'm sorry that I gave you that voice, but that's on you, I think. Insane. I like that. That's funny. Out of all the super action stuff, which spooky. Which one of your opinion has the best stuff for figure photography? Oh my, I have to think of the ones that I have. I think collectively, most certainly, would be the arcade one. Which arcade one do I have? It's got the ship on the side of it. Pew, 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 pew. Flying on the side of it. It's got purple, pinks, and blues. That one, because there's like a cup of coffee, there's boxing gloves, vomit, a guitar, a chair, which is always helpful, a fold out metal chair. If you're just depending on photography, that gives you the most variety of like, just triggered a new idea. That would be that one. But if you're like, oh no, man, I do G.I. Joes, I want blood, then go with the most recent one I did on my other channel. It's the it's not the bloody one with the casket of cruelty. There we go. That's a good one. But if you want just a ton of blood, it's the blue box, and it looks like it's like futuristic looking blue box. That would be the one. I don't know. I bought the second black hole. I mean, I'll go listen to a video, come back, and then do it. I can't nail everything. Most certainly, I can't do impressions most perfectly, but I can. The more I hear, the better I can be, and it's almost like a power. It's almost like a superpower. I can hear it and come back and do it. I bought the second Black Hole Goku. Okay. The one that comes with an adult Goku head. The second. It's actually really good if you don't have the. Oh, okay. We were talking about this earlier. I thought that maybe it wasn't as good. Have you got the chance? Nope, the Chande. Have you got the Chande to review Super Saiyan 3 Kong Goku or the Jesse custom one compared? No. Nope. I would like to. I've heard good things about the Jesse one. In my opinion, Kamione is superior to Demoniacal Fit in expressions and sculpt. But if we compare prices, yeah, it's not all about sculpt. Quality. At the end of the day, you get both of them in your hands and you're going to be like, this plastic's stooky and there's no paint on it. This one is paint and feels good and is good quality, and I didn't have to build it. But these are all opinions, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Your opinion is the most important to you. How about that? As you know, my opinion is the least important to the internet because they will rip me apart if I don't like what they like. I did send you a link on Insta you might find interesting, but yeah, I don't want people messaging me on YouTube. Seems weird. That's what crappy Insta's for. That's right. So is the Demoniacal Fit Gogeta still worth taking, or should this be the better option? I mean, what do you mean? Are you talking about Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? Because now it's getting confusing because they made all of this crap. Do you ever think of looking at Transformers Foods official or third party? Yeah. And when I see the third party ones, I'm like, wow, this stuff is stellar. There's some really cool metal ones out there. Or just like legit, just full on transforming, just beautiful things. The Hasbro stuff is just, that ain't for me, man. Have you seen the Yellow Park Samurai Pizza Cats? Yeah. Looks super fun and adorable, and I love cats, and I love pizza, and I love samurais. So you'd think I'd be like all over it, but I just I don't have a desire to purchase that little kitty. Obviously, talking should Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan Goku. Obviously, Super Saiyan Blue Goku. I mean, it's personal preference. I think that, I mean, you can't ask me because I've notoriously been Demoniacal Fit all the way. Since I'm British now, according to you, I'm going to embrace it. I most certainly been craving for new Goku Black, my favorite character. Not one day passes by where I don't dream about a 3.0 Goku Black. It would be great. You know, with all of the stuff that, who was it? What were they called at the time? Was it Beast Deities at the time that was releasing a bunch of Goku Blacks, but from like Dragon Ball Heroes? Why didn't they just do the Goku Black that everybody wants, not just the ones that some people want? Which one are you waiting for to get your favorite Super Saiyan 4? It would be Demoniacal Fit. If I was like, oh, I can only buy one of them, Demoniacal Fit, because I can trust the brand, I can trust the quality. I don't have to build the stupid thing. That's where Mythos Anime is the worst for making you swap everything. Worst for joints that are going to break apart. Kamione, bad for quality of the plastic, but people don't care. People don't care. I reviewed the Mythos Anime Super Saiyan 4 Vegito and talked about how, I'm going to say it, folks, shitty the plastic and stuff was in that figure, and broke the wrist peg off during, like, instantly in the review. Broke the wrist peg off. Excuse me. Then broke the other one off during the posing segment. So both my wrist pegs broke. Not worth $100. And people in the comments are like, I'm still going to get it because I like the look. It's like, well, fuck me. You will spend $100 on something that's cheap and breaks and is like made poorly because you like the looks. You like the looks of it? Oh, well, I appreciate you. and you are cool. Don't need a ton of blood one. Yeah. Don't need that blood. Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion. Yeah, well, that's wait, that's who is that? Jeff just Jeff Bridges, man. Nope. Is that just like your opinion, man? Nope. I don't have it. There was a time that I really tried to do you're Lebowski, I'm the dude. Nope. Fuck. I'm failing hard tonight on some of these impressions. It's all right, man. It's all right. It's all right. Come on. Let me catch up with the chat here, because goodness gracious. I mean, honestly, after owning both Gogeta versions for over a month and being a photographer who owns over 60 official figures, after lubing Kami, I'd say Kami articulation is almost twice as good. You know, this is yes. Okay. In your video, the thing I learned is to push the vest down to let them look up a little bit more. In my I did a live stream after that video, by the way. So if you didn't watch the live stream, like talk to the chat, we would go over some things. Like I didn't know his shin articulated because I just wasn't expecting it. I also hate going over articulation in videos. So that's why a lot of times it's just kind of like it goes here, goes here, and goes here. It's like, fucking move on, because I just showed you 20 poses of this guy throughout the video. So that's where it matters. Like, can he do cool poses at the end of the day? That matters way more than me going like, he can rotate 90 degrees. Oh gosh. So I forgot about the shin articulation. Shoulders. In the live stream, people were like, no, it goes further, And I'm like doing everything I can. And it was just like, finally, eventually, those shoulders, the butterfly joints would like cross. But then it was like identical. Then we're doing all this other stuff side by side, leaning, like Kamione leans back a little bit further. They crunch the same. Like, it's just like, at the end of the day, this isn't like getting a Hasbro Spider-Man and then getting like a Reveltech Spider-Man. So it's like, who fucking cares? Just get the one that you like the most. You're going to be so happy with either one. You will not buy one of them and then be disappointed. If you have both of them, then you can kind of sit down and like consider all these things. But at the end of the day, just buy the one that you like. And that's just going to be the same thing with this new Gogeta. Buy the one that you like or the one that fits in your price out of Demoniacal Fit and Kamione. That's the competition. Those two are competing. Buy the one you like. Buy the one that makes the most sense financially or whatever. You'll be happy with it. Just know that the plastics often in the Kamione are not as good. There's like I always forget what it's called, but like the unfinished edges of the plastic, things like that. They don't paint it as much. They're more innovative with cuts and things and sculpts, cool, but they're not doing what they did with Trunks. So it's just like, if you loved Trunks, this isn't that same experience. Also this guy, I mean, he's got some issues too, but like, this dude was awesome. As short and little as he is, yeah, I'm happy with this guy. I just used him in that most recent review. So anyway, what's your opinion on Jurassic Park World Hammock Collection? I've done a couple reviews of those things, so you can watch those things if you want those opinions. That's probably better than me trying to talk about. I've only done a few hammock collection stuff. With your dope art skills and your voice skills, you need to make your own. Oh shit! The amount of time it would take them to do a motion comic would be crazy. I know everyone would for sure tune in. I appreciate that. I would love to, but this is like, there's just too many things on my plate at this point. Like, I can't do everything I do with this channel. I still have to do all my artwork, like the backdrops, like that, prints for those things. You know, it's like I barely have time to do any of that stuff these days. It's just too many things. I would love to yeah, sucks. Not sure if they're still around, but I have the Niceys, the RC from Big Fiber Toys, which is a recommend. It looks good, has good access articulation. Yeah, I'm just not a huge Transformers person, so you're lucky that I even know who the hell RC is. Unfinished edges, you probably mean mold lines. Well, mold lines, and then like when you get like a model kit that you have to like break apart, and then there's like the little poopy bits you got to shave off. I recommend the Boo. I mean, because you're not like nobody else is making that, dude. This is where like you were like, oh my god, Tonsen Art. They're not just head sculpts anymore. They did a full figure of a character that nobody else has made. This is incredible. You guys found your own space. You're building things from the ground up. You guys are awesome. And then they did 2 Trunks figures, but then 2 variants of each of those Trunks figures. So those, again, you're making a version of Trunks nobody's made before, accessories and all these things that nobody's made before. You're innovative from the ground up. Awesome. And then Kamione came, and it was just kind of like, But it's not their fault on the Gogeta, because maybe, it's just bad timing or something with Demoniacal Fit. I gotta say, Demoniacal Fit did a way better job with the vest on the shoulders. The Kamione one is basically like Goku 2.0 shoulders, and I hate it. Are you getting the Gamerverse? I said that in a way that was kind of like stoner a little bit. So that's Gordo's a stoner, bro. Are you going for the Gamerverse SH Figure Arts? Or will you get into the Mayfex world of the X-Men? I'm gonna get it all because I'm a psycho baby. I've reviewed a bunch of the Mayfex X-Men. Please, for the love of God, ship Rogue. Stop delaying her. And then Jubilee. Very excited about those. But for a more cartoon animated look, the SH Figure Arts Gamerverse is going to be the king. So you're going to have, like, whether you want cartoon or games, SH Figure Arts. If you want comic book, you would go Mayfex. And then if you just want to spend less money on a mediocre thing, you go with Marvel Legends. That's called a has-burn. No, I just said that for the first time ever. Are you stoked about that ZT Broly you'll be shipping this week? Well, if I pre-ordered it, I would be stoked. But when it popped up, I was like, somebody's just copied the Beast Deities one. And I guess I just didn't pay attention enough to realize that it is the superior option. I didn't know you reviewed him. Gonna need to watch later. RC is the best Transformer. Nub marks. Yeah, is that what it is? Nubs? Nubbies? No. Flashing. Flashings? Flashing? Anytime I do something and I cut off parts from a model in a video and I mention it, people will mention it. They say, like, model kit people will say the thing. It's not nubs. What do you think about the new Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku's coming out? Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be tough. If they're made in Vietnam, probably going to be a mixed bag of QC issues again, unfortunately. It's just how it goes. The Trunks that they made before, that was the Vietnam one, falls apart, and I hated that thing with a passion. So I was even more stoked for the Tonsen one. I mean, I'm going to get them. We'll talk about them when they come in. I'm very thankful for, like, the new muscles. The arm muscles on these new SH Figure Arts make such a huge difference, man. Oh, God, it's such an upgrade. Like, talk about the knees, pants, whatever, I don't care. But just giving me muscular design that looks correct makes me very happy. Let me catch up here. Haven't commented for a lot of time. Well, you're still here or you're back. We won't know because you haven't commented for a long time. A lot of time, rather. You did the stoner voice, and it reminded me of Shaggy, played by Matthew. Oh, yeah. And you kind of, I'm going to move on. At least back when Kamione was Tonsen, they had figure art style packaging. Hope they can get back to that. Yes. Hello. Don't make me put 2 figures together. I can't imagine that they're bypassing all the legal issues by doing the stupid shit they're doing. A unit also superior to the Beast Deities one. Also have that one. So time to compare. Time to compare. That's my anime style. I must compare them. That wasn't very good either. Flashing is where plastic leaked out the mold. Nub mark is where the part was removed from the runner. Okay, well, you do know what you're talking about. Plastic leaked out the mold. Well, then I guess either. Nub mark is where part was removed from the runner. Okay, so then I do mean flashing. Kamione-nee's got bad flashing. Am I going to buy it? Yeah. You can count on it. Especially the official stuff. I will get it. Really because of the channel. This is like, I guess I should do like at some point, but it's like, at what point do I do it? Because there's always new stuff coming out. But it's like, okay, if I was not doing a review channel and I just bought all of these figures, which ones would I want to keep and not have the rest of? That's one way to look at it. The other way is, these are all the Dragon Ball figures I have. If it wasn't for the review channel, which figures would I have bought just as a collector? And that's where things get a little weird, because I can fall in love with a figure like Nappa. I can fall in love with that figure after or during the review more than, like, what is that? What does that mean? Oh, I bought it and reviewed it. I'm glad because this is something I want to own. Where, oh, I'm not as interested in that, so I'm not going to buy it. Excuse me. That makes it a lot harder. If I was just looking at it online, I'm like, well, honestly, I already have one that looks like that, so I'm not going to bother. You know, it's like, I already have 1,000 Gokus. I'm not going to buy the new one. That's just crazy. But then you get it, and then you go, oh, no, this is better, so I'll get rid of the other ones, or I'll keep it, or whatever. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Does that make sense for things that I just said?
What is your most recommended figure to buy? It's going to be whatever you love the most. Like, that's it. I cannot influence you enough in that direction to say that, like, this is my most recommended figure. No, this is a figure I love to death. I am so happy I have this little beautiful bird. But if you don't know what Nausicaa is, then you probably don't really care about this. So I can't really tell you a most recommended figure to buy, because it's going to be so different for so many different people. I've just accepted we'll never get late Dragon Ball Early Z Goku figure arts. Yeah, it is interesting. It is interesting. There's this like weird place that they play, and then they kind of went hard with the Dragon Ball Super, and then they didn't make everything that they showed that they were going to. Like, they had Chilai and then the dude, the little green dude with her. They had those on display at some convention at one point, and then never made the figures. But they do that all the time. It's so frustrating. Yeah, I don't really have a connection with Ultra Ego since it is a manga only thing, and I just am aware of this. But yeah, it's a problem. It's a Vegeta problem too. MITB shelf on the Mint in the box shelf. Tonsen packaging is yeah, this, but not their new stuff. It's time to duel. What's your favorite go-to dish at a family Christmas dinner? I mean, I grew up where like ham was the thing. Deviled eggs, yums. Where did you get your and pumpkin pie? Because that hits twice a year. Luckily. Where did you get your like figure math thingy? Oh, this blue one that I use. Well, I made it and ordered it. So this is a custom mat for you all to look at, and then me randomly to get comments going, where can I buy that? And I go, oh, you can't. Sorry. Speaking of new stuff, which I have been thinking about making a new version. I got to think of what that looks like. But I do want to make a new matte option. I'm always curious why people want to buy it, though, since they're not going to be doing reviews, right? Speaking of new stuff, are you all in on the in-art stuff? Well, this is where the life of an influencer gets a little tricky, broski. For all the people that don't like me doing these voices, wow, sorry. So it gets tricky because, like, every once in a while, another reason why this guy rocks, you can articulate his little tonguey. So I've partnered. InArt they sent me Batman to review. Got it way before he went up, way before other people got it. They are sending me another Batman. I think they said an Arkham one, which personally I'm less interested in. And they will send me Catwoman. Boy, am I excited about their live action stuff because they are crushing it. And if I was just a consumer, I think I would probably be nearly all in on the live action Batman movie stuff, but also because they showed off no joints, but it was just like a gray prototype of the T-800 Terminator. So from the first Terminator movie, Arnold in his leather jacket, they're making that. And it's like, oh my God, you're going to make Mafex and all these other companies look like piles of horse shit. So yeah, I would be buying a bunch of that stuff, but I likely will have them sent to me from InArt. But I think, and if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know enough that if I get something sent to me and I don't like it, I let you know. And I've not had, 5K Toys gets a little weird with that kind of stuff. They're like, oh, they don't want you to release the video. I'm like, well, too bad. I already recorded it. It's going out. So I have no problems crapping on a figure, regardless of who sent it to me and what the situation was. I will never do a deal where, like, they don't want me to say negative things or whatever, or that I have to hold back, because you should be confident enough in your figure that I won't say negative things. If you think that it's highly likely that I will have negative things to say about your figure, then I shouldn't be reviewing it, and you shouldn't be making it. Oh, good night, Rowdy. I apologize. That was many minutes ago, so you probably aren't seeing this. Good night. Sad to say, mini SHF for a mini series get shown but never made. Yeah, SHF did cartoon style Ninja Turtles, and they showed off a Shredder and then never made the Shredder. So all they did was 4 turtles, and that was the end of it. I'm curious did they ever show off extra characters for the Mario line? Because that Mario line is Mario, Luigi, Bowser, Yoshi, and a little accessory set, and that's it. You didn't make anybody else. So stupid. How about Freerun? If you're a fan of Freerun, incredible show. This show has some cool stuff that happens in it, but this is a story-based adventure that you're going to love the story, and you're going to feel so sad for Himmel, the hero. But they made 2 characters, her and Fern, and then that was it. Now Figma's in the game, and they're like, hey, we're going to make the best version of her, which may be true. But we're not making Fern, and we will make Himmel. What? What? Can somebody just make them all? Hello. Good to see you here. Thank you for being here. Big fan. I'm a big fan of you being a fan of me. How about that? Do you have any Duarte Studio Awesome Cherry Blossom trees? They look amazing. I don't have any of his trees, but I got plenty of his stuff. Fantastic stuff. Expensivo. What do you think about Black Hole Toys Dragon Ball figure? I've reviewed a couple. The favorite figure that's a Dragon Ball figure is the Black Hole Toys one that's painted like the manga. What is your favorite Dragon Ball figure, third party and official included? Oh, God, I gotta answer this earlier. And just now. That Black Hole Toys Goku painted like a manga version. Otherwise, just a $35 Vegeta is great because $35 does everything you want. Hey, Nostalgia, I could get a DF Gogeta for $35. Should I get it? Yeah. That's a no-brainer. You're talking about the new Gogetas that we all are just talking about and in love with. There's some people think Kamione is better. That's the one you get. $35? Yes. It's not broke. It's got everything. $35? Yes. Good evening, fellow collectors. Don Draper's here. Not the guy from Mad TV. 5K Toys tells people how to manage their videos and opinions. Wow, like so here's a what they say, spilling the tea. We said spill the beans when we were growing up. Let me finish this. Wild, like that time they were telling studios to go F themselves on Instagram. So 5K Toys, I was working with them for a while. It was a weird situation. So it was like, I have to buy the figure, then they would refund it. Then it got to the point where like, I had to put out the review, send them the link, and show them I reviewed it. Then I got a refund. Then it got to the point where like I had to send them that link. Then it was 4 videos. Then it was 5 videos, like in an email going, "Hey, just following up. I sent this a few days ago. Hey, it's been a week. I saw that you read the email," and then they won't reply, and suddenly I get refunds. So then I just got to the point where I'm like, "Fuck, I don't want to work with them anymore." But the bad I guess would be that there were things like that Sub-Zero, if you guys remember, really bad from JM Toys. I in the middle of the review, things break, I take a photo, send it to 5K Toys, finish my review, working all the edits and stuff, and then I get a reply to them however much time later, and they're like, yeah, the company is aware of these issues, blah, 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 blah. They would lie to me and say they don't want to pay for the review figures or whatever, which isn't how that works, by the way. That was just a fucking lie. And I go, oh, well, it's already scheduled for Saturday. Like, fuck you. I'm not gonna, it's not gonna be bad for 5K Toys because I'm gonna say, don't buy this product, but you can buy 5K because of, like all these other products are good. 5K doesn't make the product, they're just selling it. But yeah, it's like they didn't want that out there, which to me is like, oh, you just want people to still buy the figure because you bought a bunch of them and now you're sitting on that inventory, which is true. You can go back and see some trash figures like that one just sit there, like get discounts, and they still have it many months later. And it's like, well, that's creating a lie basically at that point. It's like, you send it to me, I know it's garbage, you tell me not to put out the video. If I don't put out the video, then people will turn around and just keep buying that figure, and that's a problem. There was a girl, she had white hair, a blue and white like bodysuit, a bow and arrow, some swords, and like a shawl, but her shoulder joints broke off, and it was like a Roman key working with another company, I can't remember who, but those shoulder joints were a common issue, and that was the same thing. They were like, company's aware, they don't want the review out, and it's like, well, the company's not going to say don't put the video out because you didn't even talk to them. So it was another scenario like that, and I'm like, no, video's already scheduled for Saturday. It's going out anyway. I don't care. Just tell me the positive things to say, like, oh, the company will issue replacements or something like that. I still never got a replacement with that one, by the way. Agreed on the live action stuff from InArt. I'm not a huge fan of the Snyderverse movies, but they've nailed the likeness on their new prototypes this close to yeeting my Mafex T800 in the garbage. Yeah, it's going to be insane. For Kid Boo, what one you recommend, A or B? Well, A is the only one that's really available right now to buy, which I've shared on my community post if you want to buy that. That's the one that got a restock recently. I don't remember, $79 or something for this guy. So it will be option A. It really comes down, there's like a little bit of difference in color, and then the accessories are different. A, the big accessory difference was this ghost form or like genie form. And then his effect piece, maybe a face or something, but I can't remember what B was. A seemed to be the more popular one based on the comments that people would say. So I if that helps you choose, but A is also really the only one you can get. I assume my In Art Batman Deluxe this week, and your review of it was half the reason I ordered it. Oh, well, 50% of her reasons are pretty good. What I need to do is ask them about getting that accessory set that they offered. Like, if whenever they send me that Catwoman, I need to be like, also, please, if available, send me the accessory set for the Dark Knight Batman, because it changes his chest plate, I think, to make him a previous film version. You get more faceplates, like angry faceplates. You get different weapon sizes. Back piece for his cape when it's like in the like big metal chunk, and then a wired cape, I believe. I really want a wired cape. Also, buy the there's a brand called Modo King, I think is what it was. Modo King. It's a model kit, super cheap right now. You can get the Bat Pod. So if you want the In Art Batman on a Bat Pod, which is this motorcycle thing, pre-painted model kit, real cheap on AliExpress. But it does scale correctly. They did make a tumbler, but that's kind of expensive now. And then for that Catwoman, obviously you want to put her on that thing. It'll be great. Hello, Gustav. Love watching your videos. Love when you comment. So how about that? Thank you. Are you going to be getting the Moro figure? Yes. I can't remember which version or if I did pre-order both, because there is a few times, like the KW Studios Perfect Cell, I ordered both. I think. Oh, I definitely ordered both with RR Studio, but then they canceled it. I can't remember if Moro's if I did both or not. Yeah, oddly enough, I think it's the Unkval one or whatever. I have sitting on the shelf over here, still in the box. Bombasby sent it to me a while ago, but then it was like sold out already on the website, and it was one that like I didn't ask. I don't think I asked them for. I think they just sent it. But usually there's like hey, what do you want kind of thing. But when we first started, it was a little weird. But also a great website, Bombasby. And a reminder, please use links from any of my videos, because those are affiliate links almost always. So that, if you're buying anything. So if you're like, oh, I'm going to shop on Calculus or use my promo code Save Money. If you're going to shop on Bombasby, just click any of my links for Bombasby and then just buy whatever thing you wanted. I would greatly appreciate that. It's only a very small percentage, but it's at least it's something that helps me, But I do have that Unkval, I'm pretty sure is the one. And then I just never opened it because it's like, well, I have too much stuff at the time. I didn't ask for this guy. But then everybody's been like, yeah, like the articulation stuff is like insane. So I do need to at least open it. I didn't pre-order this guy. I really wish I did, because he looks like an absolute dream. Like the proportions and everything make the Beast Duties look so goofy now. I have to go now. I really love the stream. Love the British accent as well. Have a nice day. You too. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. Do you have a Hobby Lobby near you? Yes. The amazing accessories for photography. Yes. What I should have bought was that Santa. There's like a Santa outfit. It's like $1.25 or whatever. Maybe I can go do that tomorrow. Yeah, I heard it was a wired cape in the accessory set. Yeah. Which would be great, because if you get that Bat Pod and you put him on there, then you can have it like blowing in the wind, like he's actually, riding it. Moto King. Yes. Thank you for the confirmation. Because there's another brand that was similar, and then In Art did More Fig or something, but then they changed the name to In Art, but they just recently displayed all these new things and still had More Fig in the background, which isn't the brand. I don't get it. What's a figure you regret the most not getting? Mine was Sexy Ice Unkval Eliminator. Such a good looking figure. That's probably the guy that I got sitting here on the shelf. So that makes it worse for you that I just said that. Well, my immediate thing is the ZT Broly, because that would replace the Beast Deities one, because it does look way better. Incredible effect piece in that box. Beyond that, the thing that I do not have an option of buying now because, like, sure, the ZT I could like pay more because of prices on AliExpress or something. It's the Mondo Donatello. I just screwed up and waited too long, like an idiot. No, I did not get that. Don't have any relationship to Deathstroke. I would love the Xeno version with the translucent hair. Yeah. Translucent hair sometimes really does look awesome. I really liked it with the Air Studio Goku head. I think it was Air Studio. Was it? Or TK Customs? TK Custom. They did it looked like a Jolly Rancher. Well, you're welcome. Happy to help. I made the order listed on your. Oh, appreciate that. Thank you so much. That does help. It always helps. What is the most expensive figure you own? That's a good question. It's like there's the most expensive I paid for it and most expensive of what's the value of it now. I don't know. I mean, you have like everything from Mondo's expensive. You have the Great Ape Vegeta. It's the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive version. I mean, he was $225 new, so he's already expensive. He's probably gone up in price because I don't think you can get him now. Nerd Urbanity, great store if you want to shop with a like a small business. Nerd Urbanity, Urban ITY, Nerd Urban Itty. And he's a veteran, really good dude. Black owned business, veteran, small business, ships at least across the US, but he's got a super wide variety of stuff. And he sent me a really old Robotech figure. It's like probably this big, but it's like a vintage, I guess, at this point, based on age. It's like $400 or $500 or something like that. And he's like asked if I was going to open it. I was like, no. You sent me this like well, I don't know if it didn't look like it was opened, but it was basically one of those things where it's like, nope, it's too old now. You know, like I now just have like this great product that is like a mint in box old thing. Yeah, more fig. Those weirdos. Bye, man. I'll give you the Gogeta over tomorrow. Appreciate you being here, ladies, man. I got the Mondo Donatello for my birthday. Just made the pre-order. Lucky. I just screwed up. And waited. What's the best articulated figure you own? God bless. It's probably going to be... Here, I'll say this. If we're talking Dragon Ball, it's going to be the Dragon Ball Daima guys. Goku or Vegeta. Vegeta can do crazy levels of articulation because he's so skinny. But outside of that, it is going to be... She's a few years old now, but they got a re-release. Was the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Harley Quinn. And then you have any Spider-Man figure from like SH Figure Arts or Mafex. Like I got the Tobey Maguire of both, and they're insane. All of the figures I just mentioned can, like, you could just crush them up into a little ball. I was talking to someone that said the Beast Eater Broly looked better than the Beast. No, it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. His opinions are opinions, but like, no, you're crazy, man. Like the side by sides that people are posting on Reddit, it's just like, wow, the proportions of Beast Eater are stupid. His arms are huge. His body is skinny, like small. Chest and stuff is small, and his head's small. And you see the ZT, and you're like, okay, appropriately proportioned. I don't know. It looks correct for the size of the guy. But then it's the same thing with like the Kamione stuff, the Gogetas. It's like people are like, no, this is way more Gogeta from Dragon Ball Super, the Broly movie. And it's like, okay, you know, that's the one you're comparing it to. Which scene are you comparing it to? You know, it's like, which one gives you the essence of Dragon Ball Z? If your heart is in Dragon Ball Z versus Dragon Ball Super, you're going to go with the character that feels more Dragon Ball Z without pulling up screens side by sides and looking at him in frames and doing this and doing that and checking. It's like, well, but like 30 minutes into the movie, he looks like this or whatever. It's like, it's hand drawn. It's always looks different. So which one gives you the essence and the feeling and the joy more of that character? That's why sometimes I'm like, oh, I love these head sculpts from this company that did this Goku or Vegeta. These head sculpts looked awesome, but people were like, I don't like the way it's all chiseled. And I'm like, well, the chiseled stuff make me feel like Dragon Ball Z. You know, like the harsher cut edges, like the chins and stuff, just feels more Dragon Ball Z, like that roughness, where Dragon Ball Super was softer. Anyway. Interested in picking up any of the One Punch Man figures. I don't know. I don't do One Punch Man either. It's another anime I just don't watch, so I apologize. So I just don't have the desire for it. What is the best articulated figure? Oh, I already answered that. I got the Grade 8 Vegeta from Amazon years back. I wonder what that's going for. Yeah, the original one's pretty expensive. It's like 300 plus, especially because it has Yajirobe in it. I'm late to the party. Why are the Kamione fans divided now? Just like if you go on Reddit and places and look at like the Kamione Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and people are like, oh man, this ain't it, or whatever. And then so glad that hopefully the Demoniacal Fit looks like their renders, because that one looks more like it. So it's basically the same thing we saw with the regular Gogeta, but kind of like 50% of the Kamione fans now have switched to I don't know. I'm sure there's still like hardcore fanboys that are like, it doesn't matter, I love it. Quinn Lee or Daima Vegeta. Yeah, I forgot about Quinn Lee. Quinn Lee's great, but her thighs are so thick. So thick that they get in the way a lot. So the Harley Quinn can definitely go beyond because of that. But you know, it's like that thigh, the hip joint is what can really make or break a good figure from articulating to like the legs crunching up and squatting and doing different things. Would you ever consider having Robosen Transformers toys, the one that Transformers on its own? No, probably not. Do you know Blockies? Yeah, I reviewed Blockies, the little like blind box Transformers. That's the closest I've ever gotten to Transformers on the channel, by the way. Those little guys, you can just like, they're just simple like snap together figures. Those were fun. ZT probably has small hands. Yeah, maybe I didn't even pay attention to the hands. Way more accessories. That's something to consider as well. Yeah, I love the effect design that they did with like the incomplete orb. And genius. That's the nice thing about Z Gogeta. He's in the movie for 30 seconds of one scene. Yeah. There's not a big history of screen time with these guys. Most of these things that we're all so worried about looking screen accurate. And then when you go from Z to Super, it's a totally different style, all that. Plus, the people are like, oh, but I like Dragon Ball Heroes, and it looks like that one, so that's why I like it. It's like, oh, well, who knows that one? Got a question, where'd you get? I didn't order ZT Broly. I've been saying that the whole stream, and I'm sad about it. That's a regret. I've come to accept that Dragon Ball figures, particularly, there is no best figure of any one particular character. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, what's the best to you? Which one brings you the most joy? You know, because like, nobody else is making this. Marcel from Delicious in Dungeon. I love Delicious in Dungeon a lot. Figure-wise, this thing is awful. It's like, it's just so loose. It falls apart. Everything that SH Figuarts has made for this line looks stellar. Piece of junk for falling apart because the waist is just garbage, man. But this is the best version of this figure, isn't it? It's the only one. But I love the show so much that I bought some loose joint fix stuff, some Kiki. I don't know if it was Kiki's or not. But I plan to, well, the idea is, so who knows what happens. Yes, it is Kiki's. I bought this fix loose joints, and then I bought this shock oil to fix wild, terrible joints that don't want to move, like on Kamione's shoulders. So between the two of these, I would like to just kind of gather a bunch of figures I have, and then maybe make a video that's like, all right, I have these figures that won't move and these figures that won't stand up. So I'm going to fix them all and let you know the results and like what the process was like and do I recommend these products. I feel like that's a good idea. I almost skipped this because I'm behind chat, but it was very positive, at least so far. You're one of the most entertaining and genuine collector reviewer on the platform, in my opinion. Hope you have a great year and best of luck in your future endeavors. Wow. That is one of the most kind comments. So thank you so much. I genuinely appreciate that. I try to be all of those things, even if it's a gooner video. That's the whole point of those, is to be entertaining. Thank you. And I wish you also the best of luck. Hello, my favorite toy reviewer. Happy holidays. Well, happy holidays to you as well. More kind words. I am here for it. Thank you so much for being so nice. Do you hope, and what's your success rate? Well, I have spent the last couple days playing Marvel Cosmic Invasion, and I'd say a pretty high success rate. I just beat the game, but some of those stages, man, it's like you got to really find the perfect, especially if you're playing by yourself. It's like you got to find the perfect duo team to beat these guys. It's hard. So, but I would say I win more than lose. Hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Always with the sweet information. If you guys need to follow an Instagram account to get like toy news of what's hitting the US, more for like, here's what's like all the crazy Hasbro deals that are found in Ross stores. Great place for all of the NECA Ninja Turtle stuff that's coming in to the ports. If you want to know what's coming from NECA before it hits the stores, great account to follow for that stuff. See, recklessly Ryan, beginning of the video. I don't recall if you were here, but I talked about how I don't remember if this was in regards to knockoffs and things like that. I personally don't like when people say guys, because there could be like female or people that don't identify as guy, but I know it's just a term to mean a group of people, and I just had to bring it back up again. Guys, what do you think of the Son Goku Kind-Hearted Saiyan figure releasing next year? Good question. I'm watching your Vegeta 3.0 review right now on TV, man. It's so good. I watch your vids every day. ADHD, I appreciate you. You've been here the whole stream's crazy, man. 2 hours. Been chilling, hanging out, and watching stuff while watching me. Crazy. Thank you. What do you think about the MP Vegito? MP? The hell is MP? This is just like another company that's making head sculpts only or something? I don't know. I can't keep up. And Vegito is my least favorite fusion. And OC Toys has burnt me out on Vegitos so much that between OC Toys and the DCGs and the whatever releases within that stuff, I'm so over Vegito. Didn't 5K Toys have it? Because I don't see it anymore as a pre-order. I don't know. Same, just bought one. Oh, yeah. If you're talking about ZT Toys, that was one of those that like it went up, was sold out in like minutes, and then they would try to release it again, and it would sell out in minutes. 5K Toys is weird like that, because if you go to AliExpress, it's on like 100 stores for months. It's just expensive now. Or still. Same, just bought one despite the review you made. I got a solid price and love it regardless. Maybe one day there will be another. Wait. Red Frog, what did you buy? What did you buy despite the review that I made? Your favorite 112 April O'Neil? Because I need one. Well, thank you so much for the $5. 112 scale April O'Neil. I mean, I assume you mean for animated. The only option's NECA. But I would do what I would recommend doing what I did in my video. And I have a video that takes this lovely head and puts it on another body, but uses the custom soft goods by Rebel 10 Customs. Oops. You can see it's still kind of like shaped to her body because it's been on there for so long. I ended up using that body for something else to make a review, but there are a few bodies out there now. But it's a husky body. You take that. I mean, you can get neck adapters now, but you just stick it on there with some tacky stuff if you need to. And now you have the best version of an April that can pose really well and hold stuff. She just doesn't have her boots. Some joints you can just wrap them in paper or similar. That's true. This is very true. You can just stick a little something in there. People have done nail polish. They've done super glue. They've done various things to tighten joints up. But I want to get official things and show people that, so they're not like trying to do super glue or nail polish and then like, because that's way more intense than just like destroying something. Plus, there's so many brands of all that stuff, you know? It's like, well, here's this brand that people talk about all the time, Kiki's loose joint fix stuff. Let's find out. Red Frog, I need to know what you were talking about. What were you talking about? Marcel. Oh, yeah. Puh, man. Talk about a figure that's so irritating. Ugh. The whole line. Well, the whole line so far. Laios is also really bad. He falls apart constantly as well. It's all, I guess, because they want you to be able to swap out their parts so they can do the sitting pose, but God, it's awful. I mean, yeah, this just depends on the base body you do, but that's still like, just go watch that older video I did. It's also, it's mixed in with, well, there's two. There's a newer one that uses a different body, does a different style jumpsuit. Then there's the original one, and the thumbnail has the girls from Metal Slug in it and April in the thumbnail, because it's kind of like I did a clothing swap for those and this in the same video. No, I know. It was part of the conversation earlier, and it was just me like saying why I don't prefer to use particular words. Guys, for me, is one of those I don't use. But yes, even women will start a video off by going, "Hey guys, oh my God." You getting third-party God of War figure? No, I had that Bro Toys one, which is, in my opinion, probably the God of War figure to have. But it is from the most recent game, so it has all the armor on his shoulders that you can't take off without having magnet spots. But I don't know anything about the new one. Jazzware Anime. Nope, nothing from Jazzwares. So my bad. I don't have any input on that. 2026 is a huge year for figure community. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just getting worse. I mean, because you got more and more companies constantly making stuff. It's just, it's like, oh my God, there's always something new. There's always some new figure from an existing brand. And now you have new brands coming in and making new figures. And, you know, it used to be you had just a handful of third-party stuff for Dragon Ball. Now you got like Pumpanies? What's a Pumpany? Well, that's a company that's popping up left and right. Pumpanies. So you have those. ZT, MP, ND. Oh, is more possibility. Now I know who MP is. To the person, yeah, military police. To the person that said MP Vegito, I apologize for not buying any more Vegito stuff, but more possibility. I have more possibilities. Kid Goku faceplates and Krillin heads, and they're awesome. They did a really good job. I did a review of that a while ago. So one of those upgrade videos usually do well, but that, like, sometimes there's some like that one that just are poopy. I release it and it's poop. Classic God of War. Okay, well, that would make more sense. Probably more people relate to that. LPZZ is doing Assassin's Creed protagonists. Well, that's good. LPZZ, man, they're LPPZ or LPZZ, whatever. They are also doing Batman stuff, and it's like, wow, between them and In Art, It's unbelievable. Do you know of a good source, or maybe are affiliated with a company that sells diorama pieces or pre-built diorama sets? Well, any diorama I show off in a video in a posing segment is available in the link in the description. So yes, I know not companies, but people that are making dioramas. Oh, I can't get it. So like all of these base pieces, and like the big grass one. This is Hero HQ Hobby Hour. Links are always in the description of my videos. Dude is incredible. I mean, he makes these circular ones because that's what I asked him for, so that I could do the reviews versus a square or whatever. Incredible, great pricing, really nice dude, very very talented. And then the other stuff that will be in the videos, also a very talented guy. These craters, these are 3D printed. So if you want like custom made, painted, and all that stuff, Hero HQ Hobby Hour. If you want 3D printed with paint, I mean, he does do traditional stuff too, but his stuff is crazy expensive, but he's very talented. So you kind of have to pick what you want and the price you want. He does a lot of stuff though, but this is Duarte Studios. But those are my two main dudes that I'm always having links for and showing in videos. And then yeah, I mean there's just a bunch of guys on Instagram too. So it really just depends on what you want. Pickle D, if you're in Europe, he's in Germany. Pickle D can do some great stuff too. He built a dio for me. It's on the shelf, and it's like a medieval type thing because that's what I wanted, because I needed things for for a lot of things, but the Delicious and Dungeon. The manga color Goku coming out with this Mashi. Yeah, I love the Black Hole Toys one. I talk about it all the time, being like one of, if not my favorite Dragon Ball figure, just because of how beautiful it is. It's such a piece of art. The SH Figure Arts one, I'm sure, will be better because it is modern and it's fully produced from SH Figure. But it's the modern joints and muscles that will make that one better, in my opinion. But the Black Hole Toys is stellar. You could see, and I don't know what the price of it is now. Probably cheaper than and probably easier to get than because that new Goku one is going to be like an exclusive event thing, and I don't know how the hell people are going to get it, but that also happened with the 40th Kid Goku, and then it was available. Hey, what's up, Mike's Fig Collection? We're talking to his whole collection. His whole collection runs his channel. It's crazy. Have you collected Hot Toys? I have not. Thank God. What I like with third party is the tons of accessories. Yes. Yes, third party is generally really good at just stuffing the crap out of at least hands, if not like effects, maybe a stand or something. I love it. Are you going to review any of the Saber Figma figures that are going to be restocked? Saber. Uh-oh. I need to look this up. Oh, is this the one where they showed off recently the guy's armor? No. It's not. No, I'm not familiar with this. I do love this style though. There's some really cool armor stuff here. No. I don't know, so I can't say, but I do. The style is super cool. Huh. One of the Insta posts said he'd be sold for an early release at the events. It'll probably make it. So I hope it makes its way somewhere, because they did that 40th anniversary Kid Goku with the dragon. It was like, where do you get it? But then they offered it, I think, at the store in New York. It's like, oh, okay. You don't have to have a magazine and do weird stuff like you did in Japan. You get into Tamashi Store Goku Ultra Instinct Boss. Did you just call me boss? Fourth Ultra Instinct figure, if you count the sign. It's a Tamashi store exclusive. Is it like is it one of those weird repainted ones? This is like looks like he has jelly bean pants. No. My whole collection's listening. Yes. Don't fall over tonight, collection. Stay strong. Mike doesn't want to walk in there tomorrow morning and go, you fell off of the third shelf. It's surprised you're not even broken. No, Hyper, you are the best person. Which Snell figure have you liked the most so far? Jeff, are you getting into that damn naughty girls? I'm surprised this doesn't get brought up as much in live streams. Nobody talks about it. Snail shell do I like the most so far? The girl from the video game, the mobile video game, I think it is. I don't know. She's got that giant fist. She was super cool and a totally normal one. So it just shows like the power that snail shell can do. It's probably going to be the casual Eileen, simply because I can see that being a great body to use for customs. Because it's not like inappropriate, or some of these figures you get and you're like, God, like even the is it? I can't remember now if the Quinn Lee, the not Chun-Li figure, had like painted boobaloobalooby parts. But sometimes you get a figure and you're like, this wasn't necessary. So I appreciate that snail shell's like clean that way. Allows you to kind of do a little more, but having a base figure like that you can swap things around is always good, because then you can do like, I've done that with like the Android 18 things. I'm trying to think of all the ones that you got. You got the Mummy Girl. Most of them are all inappropriate because they're little bunny girls or whatever. None of them live on the shelf, by the way. But I guess probably casual Eileen, because right now she's just casual in this, not even close to being inappropriate. So it's like I do a review of those. I think they're the most entertaining videos because it's like, whatever. It's just goofy. But then this is how she exists. Just a normal figure. I mean, she's in a drawer, but at least she's there. Well, I appreciate that, man. That's very nice of you, Ryan. Recklessly, Ryan. What makes you so reckless, buddy? Yeah, he should be shipping soon. I don't know when I should expect him, but I am very excited for him. Hello, Steve. What's going on, man? Good to see you here in the old chat ski. Thanks for coming by. You're not saying this aloud, Danger Dingo Dan. You typed it. I'm going to say this aloud. You're totally Nathorny figure. Not horny figure videos are 10. Oh, that's like Nathorny. I want you to actually say that out loud wherever you're at, not just type it. But thank you. Not horny video. So you're saying, hold on. You're saying so like videos like this and Harley Quinn and Skeleton Dudes, Dragon Ball, those are my 10 out of 10s. Do you watch the snail shell stuff? The horny ones, as you call them? I also am not familiar, so I apologize. I don't know. The snail shell pumpkin mech figure has been my favorite. Yeah, I missed out on the pumpkin. She was kind of before I was aware of the brand, but that's one of those where like it doesn't go so hornsky. So that Danger Dingo might actually be interested in it. It's just a cool. Oh, there's the person. Damn it, what's their name? I did a review of a Lotto Toys girl, and she I put a leather coat and a hat and a gun on her, made her a Western girl. That company, which I can't remember the name of, they make soft goods for that snail shell pumpkin girl, and I would highly recommend you check it out. But what the hell's the name of that company? That's the question. Now you have to do the legwork. You have to go look at my Lotto Toys review which is the pink version of the little fox girl in that video. That company. Can't remember the name. I got to catch up to the chat here. Sorry about it. Sorry about it, folks. Okay? Those of you that texted and I totally bypassed you, sorry. I will acknowledge this one, though, because it's kind. That backdrop right there. Steve, I appreciate that, man. I hope yours arrived just fine, because I had a few that just like through shipping a foam board thing, as much as I put packing in, some of them just did not find success and I had to replace them. But obviously, sounds like yours is fine because I don't recall replacing yours. Giant Fist is a pick thanks to you, and while I don't overly lewd, I agree Eileen was worth picking up for customs. Yes, and they're very affordable. Where did you get the outfit for your figure before, Eileen? If you're talking about this cute little cat thing, this is from AliExpress many months ago. I had I used it in other things before too, but that is just an AliExpress generic cat thing. I don't know. So, since I see your reviews on the Mondo line, are they really good? Because I've been debating on the Sabretooth. The Sabretooth's a little older, so it's like, I mean, I did review Sabretooth. If you want Sabretooth in your Mondo line, he is worth getting. It's gorgeous. But it is what I would put in the older Mondo X-Men line, because everything since Cyclops has had like advanced articulation, like double jointed elbows and things like that, new ab cuts and things. So I would say going forward, you're going to be a happy feller. Your whole collection, I don't know. They might have a problem with the Mondo showing up, but the Sabretooth, it's just an older one. So like, just kind of be prepared that if you get a newer Mondo first and then you get the Sabretooth, you might be like, oh, well, this guy doesn't do as much. It's just, haven't reviewed any goats, but that doesn't mean I won't. I'm sure there will be some accessory out there one day that comes with a goat accessory, like Harley Quinn has, what are they called? Hyenas, which I don't have. Unfortunately, I'd love to have some little hyenas with my Harley. But no, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Joke Knight. ZT or ZT. ZT, 100%. I don't even have it, but ZT. That's it. Whoever's saying Beastie looks like, yeah, that's correct. It makes Beast Deities standing next to ZT. Beast Deities looks like somebody put Broly in front of a funhouse mirror and he got all like, and his proportions got funky, which I would have never known because I love him. He's still on the shelf right there. That yellow spot, that's his head. And ZT came in and said, no, you're wrong. Yes, Leah Alapex. I just can't remember what the name of the company is that made soft goods. Makes a lot of great stuff. Well, hello. Good to see you. Oh, no. I have to watch your Lotto figure review again. Woe is me. Yeah. Candyland Leah is a really good first figure I got from. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad you're liking it. Love that line. All the stuff that they're doing coming in the future, I am so incredibly excited for, except for the cowgirl. I know it's funny because like I do a snail shell review and I'm like, you know how those review. If you don't watch those reviews because you're like,
oh, he's a gooner.
No, just watch the review because I think you'll actually be entertained and you'll kind of see why these videos exist on the channel. Anyway, not interested in the cowgirl with the huge udders. Get it? Because she just looks like a human with cow ears, and then like the boobs are just so big that it's just like, what? This doesn't make sense. You guys just released a fox girl. It's just cool. She's like a little blacksmith making tools and stuff and swords out of wood. She's just cool. And then you have a cat ninja. Awesome. And then big booby milkmaid. It's like, it just doesn't fit the line. It's too extreme. Like the Lotto toys are figures that I will buy all of them and I will put all of them on the shelf because both versions are on the shelf right now. But when that milk girl, I'm gonna be like, you're just gonna go back in the box because you're a funny review that will go away. Give me a second. I must acknowledge that my girlfriend has texted me. Yeah, I'm talking about booby girls toys, and I have a girlfriend. Oh my god, that cat is adorable. She sent me a picture. Somebody's missing a beautiful little, like, looks like a Himalayan or a Siamese cat. Can we get it? She said it looked like her cat that she had in high school. Dang. It's so adorable. I'm not going to show you guys just because it's a screenshot of all kinds of information and stuff. Just trust me. Adorable little kitten. Let me catch up to the chat. My bad again. Can you please review the Super Saiyan God? Super Saiyan God, Goku. I did a head swap review where I talk a little bit about the figure. But if you mean the new one, yeah, I will review the new one whenever that happens in like July or something. You can at someone if you're on a desktop computer, if you're on a computer. You can't do it in the mobile, which is so stupid because YouTube is so like mobile first. But if you're in the live chat on a computer, yes, you can at somebody. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Always like to hear the kind words, but if what I'm doing is making somebody happy and enjoying their time, that is, thank you very much. But kind of upset about the different colored vest. Yeah. Because we started the whole live. Like if you're joining late, because now it's just a picture of me, you'll want to go watch like the first, I don't know, like 20 minutes of the live stream later when I actually talk about my thoughts on the Kamione and then get to the chat. But yes, it's very frustrating because you really got to buy two or hope that your old one will swap over. Which maybe if you got the Super Saiyan Blue, you got two vests, and now you can use one of them to put it on your Super Saiyan 4. Yeah, it's funny. They're funny videos in my opinion. Okay, they don't generally ever live on the shelf because I do have a girlfriend. When I was in the old apartment, they were over the shoulder. You saw all the bunny girls were pretty much up there. So I did have them out for a really long time. But now that we're here, most of them are so like crazy that they're super fun to pose, great for photography, great for customs if you're getting like the blank body figures. Yeah, Husky's the same way. Husky makes great stuff. The bodies that they're switching to in the coming figures are definitely going to be great, like some of the best. But they're all great for customs. Like the Husky body is what I used. It's just it's being used for something else for another review, but to make a April O'Neil. Dang, epic disaster all the way from Japan right now. It's a morning. It's a good morning. Ohayou gozaimasu. Supporter of the channel for 19 months. Thank you for being here. I always appreciate you. And look what I got. Thanks to you. Now I got to get them turtles all lubed up. People won't think that's a dirty video, but it's the only one I've ever lubed up. I do a snail shell. People call me a gooner. I lube up a Ninja Turtle, all their balls, and nobody's going to bat an eye. Andy Cruz became a member, supported the show. Thank you so much, Andy. I appreciate that. Now, as a member of the channel, you have at least 2 videos on the channel that you can watch that are members only exclusive. So I hope you like naughty figures. They just happen to be, they're not members only because it's like a more extreme video or anything, by the way. I just put them up and then was like, and then I released other stuff and then I just kept them as members. So sometimes I put out a video and it's members only, and then it stays that way for like a week or a couple days. But lately, I've been making a video and just releasing it, which you'll notice stuff has been getting pushed out on like Tuesdays or Wednesdays or whatever, instead of just on the weekend, because I'm just trying to change things up. Plus, I was like way behind. So I'm like, just get the video made and put it out. So I would release like 5 videos a week or something. So that's why. But thank you for becoming a member. I got to catch up with chat. I'm sorry. And I have to go soon. Yeah, but so many people want it. Oh, darn it. I almost got a new kitten, but it's a Facebook post. So, excuse me. People have already claimed it. Yeah, I know. I got 2 cats currently, 2 lady cats. I don't know if it's a boy. They don't know. They just took a picture and they're trying to find the owner, which I imagine if it's a little kitten, they did not have an owner. Let me know. It's on our road. I'll go get it. I'll go now. I will go. We've had this rule where we have had 3 cats at one point, but my cat Ninja passed away. Unfortunately, she had a type of cancer in her stomach, and we had to put her down. I did do an at-home euthanasia, which was the way to do it. If you have that option, I highly recommend having them come to you and doing it in your home. It's so much better for everybody and the cat than doing it at a vet office, which is what happened previously. So then the rule was like 3's a lot. It's totally manageable though. We were fine, but we just have had this rule that we only get the 3rd cat if we find it out in the wild. So we won't adopt one. We won't do X, Y, Z or whatever. And anytime she sent me cats like this, and I'm like, someone will take it. It's fine. That's not the rule. The rule is we go, and it's the rule I set because 3 cats is a lot, and it can get expensive when you have to do vet stuff. Anyway, cats, am I right? But here I am falling in love with this cat from a photo. Just the bandana ties and the torso. Okay, good to know. Bandana ties and the torso. So I have to heat that guy up to remove, which you did tell me, and I will look at the Instagram, but I need to heat up that torso probably to take him apart. Snip the pegs down, and it seems to work for him. That shock oil will come in handy for any figure, though, especially after winter. Haven't watched his review, but his title thumbnail was like, they're just okay and with not worth it, I guess. Where do you get your clear promo images of figures? Like the Gogeta stuff? Usually direct from the AliExpress seller. So if we're talking about the video that's in the thumbnail, or the character, the Gogeta that's in the thumbnail, and I have more than like 3 or 4 images, and it doesn't have like a store brand in the screenshot, it's because it came directly from them. Like they emailed them to me to show them off. Well, I don't have the ZT Broly, but that looks like it's probably going to be a company to really pay attention to, because early Reddit stuff is like, it's good and it looks great. So if the quality's there, then love it. If Kamione can turn back the clock and do what they were doing with Trunks, that's a brand that's very promising. KW Studios, been around for a bit, but they rarely produce things. TK Customs continues to be worth it. Air Studio, that's somewhat newer and is putting out some really fun upgrade parts. Who's making LS Studio? That's making the Moro and somebody else. Definitely worth looking at. Oh, okay. See you later. The most risque figure I have is the Combatants for Glory. Oh, I got the I think it's the same thing. The one that just came out. She looks like a Viking lady. and it should be here soon. My Harley ordered to Calcus, but Calcus has been helpful. They should be reshipping. Oh, that's crazy. That's weird. Where are you based? Oh, speaking of a cat, getting into the shadows. What are you doing? Oh, I have to feed them. I'm 10 minutes late to feeding my cats, so I do need to go. Torso doesn't need heat. Value is subjective. I think they're worth the 89. Yeah. I'm just. His opinions are generally very different than mine, so I do not expect them to be the same at the end of the day. Folks, thank you so much. And ADHD, if you've been here basically the whole time, or you have at least left and come back so many times that I believe that you are here the whole time. Watch the start of the live stream, so you can still be here with me. That's what I recommend. If you just showed up, go watch the first 20 minutes when I talk about the actually talk about the figures and stuff, and show photos, and then we look at screenshots from the animations and stuff. So if you were here for Kamione, do watch the first 20 minutes of this live stream. Thank you all so much. Appreciate you watching, commenting, liking, subscribe, sharing stuff. Always a fan of that. And if you buy anything, use any of the links that I do, or come and ask me, hey, do you have a link for this place? That'd be great. Use the link I provided and then buy something totally different from the link. That's okay too. It's a little bit of a way that you can have something in your pocket, and then I can have something in my pocket, I guess. But thank you. Appreciate you all.